And here we go. We are in Sapulpa, Oklahoma for this matchup between the Sapulpa Chieftains and your McAlester Buffaloes. We're about to have the national anthem here in just a little while. It says that we're about 30 seconds away from doing that. We might be just a little bit delayed, but while we're doing that, partner, big game tonight.
Yeah, you know, we talk about how this game has implications, how games across the state have playoff implications. But we also have kind of under-talked about how this was a rematch of the playoffs last year. We hinted at it during the pregame show. And this is one of the biggest games that you're going to play, because now this is when you want to start playing your best football. And right now, if you drop this game, no matter what happens in Del City, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if you win this game, then you're putting yourself at third at worst.
At worst.
And so you want to win this game, because if you win this game, it allows you at least one more home game. And so if you lose, then you will, no matter what, you're going to go on the road the rest of the way. And if Del City ended up beating Coweta and you lost tonight, then you would fall all the way to 4, correct?
If you win tonight, you can't finish any worse than third. But if Sapulpa beats you, then
yes,
you drop down to 4.
If Del City beat Coweta and then you lost tonight, you could drop all the way to 4. And so that's just, something to keep in mind. You got to stay strong, stay smart. This football team is very hungry. They know all the implications of what it's going to take tonight to win.
All right, so we're going to see what happens. It would be, if Coweta beats Del City, you're looking at a 3-way tie if you lose to Sapulpa, and it will come down to tie and come down to points. So I think in that instance,
if you beat Sapulpa,
if you lose to Sapulpa, it would be a 3-way tie at second, because you'd have 3 teams with 2 losses.
Okay, I'm with you now.
But anyway, we're going to be talking about that as we go throughout the night. Right now, all that matters is McAlester wins tonight. But let's send it down to the field for our national anthem here in just a moment, as they're bringing out the JROTC, and the Chieftain band's going to be playing the national anthem here in just a moment. They're over at the 50-yard line. Again, if you're tuning into us right now, again, we might be having some buffering. We're having to go off of a personal hotspot, so just bear with us if that happens, and make sure that you listen over to KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM locally, and online at McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab or from the KNED app. Now, the national anthem. All right, we're about ready to go, and people are already asking me, they didn't give you Wi-Fi either? Yes, they did give us Wi-Fi. The only problem with Sapulpa's Wi-Fi over here, YouTube is blocked, so we can't use the Wi-Fi for Sapulpa since YouTube is blocked, so we had to work off of a hotspot. So I've been hearing so far so good. Let's just hope that it stays up that way. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to be having our coin toss here in just a moment on KNED.
Football season, the most wonderful time of the year, except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoneer, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo football.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank NA is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank NA to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Number 17, Trey Morrow. Number 42, Jackson Dearman. Number 40, Anthony Papa. And number 10, Cameron Mackey.
We're about to have the coin toss here at the 50-yard line at George F. Collins Stadium. And that's brought to you by First Family Federal Credit Union, the same people that brought you your pregame show that you can listen to on the radio or online at the McAlester radio app, the KNED app, or at McAlsterRadio.com. Again, they bring you the pregame show. The captains for Sapulpa, the entire senior class. The captains for McAlester, Eric McCarty, Caden Lesnow, Kason Whitley, and Garrett Shumway. We're about to see who ended up winning the toss. We'll send it down to the PA. And yes, we do have referee mics tonight, so we're going to be able to get to hear the calls straight from the officials. So looks like McAlster's about to run out of their side. They're over on the north end zone, and they're going to be coming through a McAlester Buffalo banner for the Sapulpa Chieftains coming out of their tunnel over in the south end zone. Final thoughts tonight, Phillip, before we get started.
It's football time. It's finally football weather. We're 4 minutes before 7 o'clock, and the sun is finally set. So that football feeling is finally starting to return as far as weather feel. And this should be a game that you are looking forward to coming out and playing as the second season is starting to ramp up, because you're wanting to start playing your best football now. And let's get it tonight.
I think they're trying to get them to come out of the tunnel. We still have some guys coming out of the locker room right now. The rain has jumped up. It looks like we have a 90% chance of rain that could be getting in 45 minutes. Some light rain that might be coming in the forecast, so maybe not enough to be able to affect much. But again, if it rains, it's going to affect the way that you can kind of throw the ball a little bit. And we talked about balance a lot in the pregame show. That could take away the passing game a little bit for both these teams who have two solid quarterbacks.
Absolutely right. Then you'll have
here come the McAlester Buffaloes. Had to cut you off real quick out of the north end zone. Chieftains will be coming here in just a moment as they break through the tunnel. McAlester wearing their white helmets, white jerseys, white pants. Sepulveda looks like they're wearing their blue helmets, blue tops with black pants. Okay, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's going to really, if it starts to rain, it's going to rely heavy on the running game. And, we talk about both teams having gunslinging quarterbacks. Both teams also have really strong, great running backs. So if the passing game does get deterred because of the rain, then look to see a more traditional style of ground and pound, smash mouth in your face football.
All right, we got Buffalo roll call right now. Charlie Gillespie tuning in from the top row of the visitor section behind the Pride of McAlester, saying go Buffs. Charlie and Cooper Gillespie. Let us know where you're watching or listening from. On Twitter, let us know, at Buff Sports Radio. By the way, give us a follow while you're at it, and you can keep up with everything McAlester broadcast-wise and as much McAlester Athletics news as we can give you. So, again, that's at Buff Sports Radio. Send us a tweet. Let us know where you're watching or listening from. We're going to try to do our best on Facebook, but I definitely know that we can keep up with you on Twitter. So the Chieftains just had their hype video play on the scoreboard, and here they come out of the south end zone. It's Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell bringing you McAlester Football Week 9 and a very big week across 5A3, really across the entire state of Oklahoma in high school football. We're about to have kickoff brought to you by Jet Tire Service. For great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kenda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV, see Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. So the Buffaloes have won the toss. They will receive. I'm looking at Drayton Pouncil. He's pumped up. Again, when I say headbutt, you got helmets on. He gave a little bit of a headbutt to a teammate, said, let's go. And remember that we mentioned this in the pregame show. Sapulpa likes to do onside kicks early and often. They actually got one against McAlester last year. So they had 3 straight onside kick attempts against Memorial last week. So the Buffaloes are hoping that tonight they can keep Sapulpa from stealing possessions. You could see Canoe Fields either give an onside kick, or number 37 for the Chieftains, and that is Trent Whitaker. So around the city of McAlester, around the state of Oklahoma, and Buffalo fans across the nation far and wide, thank you for joining us for Week 9, McAlester and Sapulpa. Again, it'll be Whitaker and Fields that will both approach the football, as it's on the 40-yard line right between the hash marks. Don't be surprised if you see an onside kick. The hands team not really out, but they are also playing a little bit more shallow than they normally would. Both Whitaker and Fields with their right arms up in the air. Here's the onside kick to start off the game. It's going to be recovered by the Chieftains. And just like last year, how the Chieftains were able to recover an onside kick, they did it once again, but did they touch the ball before it went past the 50?
Yeah, they touched the ball about the 48, 49-yard line on their side of the 50.
I'm telling you, the Chieftains, they know that they're going to have onside kicks, and they get one right there. McAlester could have ran up there and grabbed one and tried going the other way, but instead they just let it bounce a little bit because they didn't think it was going to go the full 10 yards. And before it went out of bounds, someone went to go grab it. They're putting the ball at the 49, which means that it would not have gone 10 yards. So McAlester will get the ball to start off this game. It did not go 10 yards. And McAlester will start this drive at the Sapulpa 49-yard line. So good field position to start off this one. Ball on the right hash. Looks like Eric McCarty, the running back, to the left side of Caden Less now. 2 receivers left. Tight end H-back to the right. Now they move over to the left as McCarty moves to the right side of the QB. First play of the game. Handoff McCarty up the middle as he'll get a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. With that gain of 2, that means McCarty is 387 yards away from breaking the school record for rushing yards in a career. On the season, he's at 575 and 10 touchdown carries.
Nice little hard run right there. I mean, even though it was a couple yards, starting to get the run game established, just got to kind of get your blocks right there and allow your running back to get upfield. 2
receivers each side. Here's the snap. Screen pass, far side. It'll be caught by Ethan Watkins. He's got a first down and more. Down the far sideline. He already broke loose, and he's going to the end zone. Buffaloes strike first. Buffaloes strike early. McAlester leading 6-0 on the screen pass from Caden Less now to Ethan Watkins. They busted open the barn door and said howdy with 6 points. And now Trenton Greer on to attempt the PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up. It is through. I thought someone jumped off sides first. No whistle, but the Buffaloes scored that point anyway. They lead 7-0, 11-14 left to go in the first quarter right here on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Well, 46 seconds into this game, McAllister's already on the board, leading 7-0 over the Sapulpa Chieftains, as we have Caleb Judkins ready to kick it away for the Buffaloes. McAlester had too many. No, they didn't. They just moved one person over to the far side. As Judkins, he will kick this one end over end. Fair catch made at the 33-yard line. Then they tried moving up the near sideline. With the grab was number 87. That was Jaden Watson. So the Chieftains are going to start this drive inside their own 35-yard line. We have a quick drive summary, Phillip.
That was a very fast 2-play, 49-yard drive that took 44 seconds off the clock. It was finished off with that 47-yard touchdown pass from Caden Less now to Ethan Watkins, and the PAT by Trenton Greer was good. That is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
For Caden Lustnow, that was QB touchdown throw number 15 on the season. And for Watkins, his third touchdown grab of the year. This drive starting at the Sapulpa 32-yard line. Running back to each side, they're loading up the line. Kunu Fields, the running back, to start off this one. To the right side of Howard, here's the snap. Handoff Fields. Fields up the middle, and he's going to be tackled. No gain on the carry, trying to go off the right side as the left gap that opened up for a brief moment closed up quickly. And I'm looking over in the near sideline. We spoke about Marco Smith in the pregame show. He is in street clothes with his jersey on. So Marco Smith will not be playing in this game, and he's one of their biggest playmakers. Last year, ran for 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns, and he didn't even play a full season when you're looking at snaps and the percentage of how many plays he had. So 2nd down and 10 for the Chieftains here. Moving right to left across your radio dial. Here's the snap, high snap. Howard has to quickly throw across the middle. It is caught, but a big hit as Trey Morrow made the grab. He's going to be shy of the first down marker by a yard. Was that Watkins in on the hit? I believe it was.
That was yes, that was Ethan Watkins that made the hit on the post route. Good read right there by Howard. Sees the blitz coming down from Owen Russell on the outside. Gets the skinny post. Great play right there by Watkins. Set down in the middle of the field. That could have been a touchdown.
Field. Blaze ball comes in. 3rd down and 1 upcoming from the 41. Here's the snap. Handoff. Fields up the middle. I think he's tackled for a loss. Tackled for half a loss back at the 40.5-yard line, and 4th down and short is upcoming. Right now the Sapulpa offense staying put.
That's what we referred to during the pregame show, slamming down, getting those gaps clogged up for the running lanes, letting your outside backers and inside backers force around, making Sapulpa work. And right now the Buffalo defense is doing a really good job of stopping the rushing attack from Sapulpa.
On 4th down this season, McAllister's defense, 58%. Here's the first 4th down of the day for the defense. Handoff Field, sweeping left. He's caught up. He reaches for the first down marker, and the reach got it. He was tackled behind the first down marker, but Fields with the awareness to stretch the ball out before his knee hit the ground to give the Chieftains an extra yard and extend the drive. That means now the Buffaloes are 12 of 20 defensively on 4th downs on the season. But if you're looking at 3rd downs, McAllister's still excellent. They are 29 of 95. That's less than 31%. So 1st down and 10 now for the Chieftains on the near hash. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. McAlester bringing pressure. Howard being tracked down. He's going to be sacked inside the 35-yard line. Coming in for the sack, I believe that was Dustin Jacobson. Was that him again, or was that Will Spears? Anyway, he's back down to the 35-yard line. There was multiple people that were chasing after him. Did you see who ended up getting the sack?
Dustin Jacobson came right up the middle to get the sack, and it was capped off as well with Jaden Shumway. So Dustin Jacobson delivered the first blow and was dragging him down, and Jaden Shumway had to go get in on it with him.
Loss of 8. 2nd and 18 upcoming. Pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. H-back right. Ball between the hash marks. Snap handoff right up the middle of the Fields. Fields ain't going anywhere. Maybe a gain of 1 if he's lucky. 3rd and 17 coming up.
They go with just a pistol set. H-back went up the field trying to go straight at the Buffalo defense. Garrett Shumway takes the block from takes the double team, sheds the double team. Canoe Fields didn't have nowhere to go. The big senior stopped him right there in the tracks, only a 1-yard pickup.
Subbing early and often. We've had a lot of subs defensively so far. Malachi Rise comes in for Zach Rogers, it looks like. And now we have 3rd and 17 on the way for the Chieftains, who like to throw the ball. Again, nearly 1,700 yards on the season for Colton Howard. Here's the snap. Howard looking left. He's under pressure, flushed left, sets his feet, throws across the middle, caught. McCarty lays the lumber, but it's not nearly enough for the first down.
There is a flag back around the 32-yard line. Might be a hold on the offense.
Either a hold or it's going to be roughing the passer. It's in that area, but we have...
It came out before the ball was thrown.
The ball was caught at the 45-yard line. They need to get on the other side of the 50 over to the 47. Again, we have referee mics tonight, so we're going to be able to hear exactly what it is, and it looks like they're backing him up. Well, that one didn't come through the speakers all that well, did it, Phillip?
Did not.
So the penalty is accepted as we have 7:29 left to go in the first quarter. Again, this has been a long drive that has only resulted in 1 first down so far. This drive started at what time left in the first?
11:13 left in the first quarter.
And they have it at 7:28 left to go in the first. Buffaloes leading 7-0. Trips right, 3rd and 31 now. Howard the snap, looking left, screen pass, it's batted at the line and intercepted! Malachi Rice grabbed it from the defensive end spot and took it the other way! Pick 6 for Malachi Rice! Batted it up in the air! That is so much more impressive than it looks. You're speechless, aren't you?
It was.
You're watching it on YouTube. You even had to go to your YouTube to watch it, didn't you? Here's the snap. Greer puts the ball through the uprights, and the Buffaloes lead 14-0. 7:16 left to go here in the first quarter on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated, and both offer clean, comfortable rooms at a great price, of course. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2022 football season, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. And remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester. I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester.
7:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Buffalo's leading 14-0, and we just had one of the coolest plays all season long. A defensive touchdown, pick 6, in a different way than what you might be thinking if you didn't get to catch the play. As we have an onside kick, the Buffalo's chasing after it. It's on the ground. There's a bunch of white jerseys around the pigskin at the 44-yard line. Chieftains say they have it, and I think they do. So the Chieftains are going to start this drive at their own 44-yard line. Buffaloes try to catch the Chieftains off guard after the Chieftains went with an onside kick to start off the game. But the defensive end, junior, Malachi Rice, after a screen pass was attempted by Colton Howard, he batted it up in the air and it bobbled a little bit, and Rice, while he's moving forward, somehow was able to find the ball, grab it, and take it, 14 yards for the pick 6? Rice, what an athletic, the awareness is off the charts there by Rice. It was so good that Phillip had to go straight to YouTube and watch it again. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains at their own 44. The snap, handoff, sweeping right Fields. Fields gets the corner, good move, and he's in the open to the 45-yard line across the 50, and the East Central transfer with a great move to break a few tackles gets to the Buffalo 37-yard line. Good run. 7:05 and ticking left to go in the first quarter. Buffalo's leading 14-0.
My boss from work, Phillip Schultz, said I was sitting here waiting on the replay so I could see that pick 6 again. Nothing like a defensive lineman getting a touchdown.
That's right. All right, so 1st down and 10. Empty backfield, 5 wide. They're going to put 3 receivers right, 3 left, 2 right. McAlester showed blitz, now pulls back. And we have some whistles here. Timeout? No. False start on the offense. So that's going to push the Chieftains back 5 yards. They're in McAlester territory after an excellent run by Kunu Fields, a gain of 20. And that's back to the 42-yard line of McAlester. 6:34, still ticking left to go in the first quarter. Shiley says the Masons are watching from home. Go Buffaloes. Crystal Barlow and Cadence watching from Eugene, Oregon. Mary Martin staying home, watching with the grandkids, watching your feed. Go Buffs. Live Church tuning in as well. We'll talk about them here in just a moment. 1st down and 15. Howard the snap. Going to pass over the middle. Once again caught by Morrow. Morrow is tackled down at the 35-yard line after a good gain of 7. 2nd down and 8 upcoming from the Buffalo 35 for the Chieftains. 6:05 remaining in the first quarter. And yeah, Live Church saying thank you, McAlester Radio, for the call. Trying to do our best. It's easy when you have Malachi Rice and Caden Lessenau earlier. He ended up throwing a screen pass for a touchdown to Ethan Watkins. So that's why the Buffaloes are up 14-0 currently. Second down and 8. Howard gets the snap, hands off Fields. Fields up the middle, nowhere to go. He's actually lost a yard there as a couple of Buffalo were able to break through the offensive line. Loss of a yard down to the 36-yard line. 3rd and 9 upcoming in what could be 4-down territory.
This defensive front for the Buffaloes, exactly what we talked about, slamming down this offensive line, getting off blocks. Canoe Fields slid through, got a good pickup of 20 yards. But other than that, this defensive front has been able to slam down, get off the block, slamming this offensive line back and controlling line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9. Howard gets the ball. Looking, under pressure, has to step up and try to run it. He's got a little bit of space, makes a move, but he's tracked from behind and tackled at the 32-yard line. Coming up with the tackle was Will Spears. But that makes this 4th down more manageable if they want to go for it. 4th down and 5. It was nearly only a gain of a yard, but Howard made a good move to slide step over to the right. And now we have it 5 yards away from a 1st down for the Chieftains. He just cha-cha real smooth. 2 receivers each side. Right hash, 4th and 5. Can't get the Buffaloes to jump off sides. McAlester showing pressure. 4:28 left to go in the first quarter with the Buffaloes having a 2-score lead. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll take it right here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com.
So 4th down and 5 upcoming from the Chieftains in McAlester territory at their 32. Got to get to the 27-yard line. Howard in the gun, 2 receivers left, H-back left. Snap, play action, Howard lobbing deep as a man wide open, Trey Howard. He underthrew him. Howard still made the catch, spun to his left, and got into that blue end zone. Chieftains on the board. McAlester was faked badly on that play. Howard lobbed it. It was underthrown, but the safety was beat. And now Whitaker on to attempt the PAT and expect a onside kick attempt from the Chieftains after they have this right here. Snap is high. Here's the kick. It is good, and the Buffaloes still lead 14-7, but the Chieftains are on the board with 4:13 left to go in the first on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Shakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360. McAlester Pepsi, proud sponsor of the 2022 football season.
So after the touchdown pass from Colton Howard to Trey Morrow, the Chieftains are on the board. Chunk plays have been helping them out so far, a 20-yard run, and then that long touchdown pass. We'll have a drive somewhere here in just a moment, but we're about to have an onside kick attempt from the Chieftains. Here it comes. No, it's not. More of a squib kick. It spins around. It'll be taken at the 31-yard line, and just a knee from Braden Bumpus, and the Buffaloes will start this drive at their own 31-yard line. Phillip, we have a drive summary.
That was a 5-play, 57-yard touchdown drive that took 3 minutes and 1 second off the clock. Finished off with a 32-yard pass from Howard Amaro, and the PAT was good. And that is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Buffaloes have only run 2 plays offensively, but they lead 14-7. They had a screen pass for a touchdown, and then that pick 6 by Malachi Rice. Sapulpa showing blitz. Here's a pass near side, caught by Bradley down the near sideline. Throws a man off of him, and it'll be tackled, rather pushed out of bounds around the 40-yard line, but we have a flag first, and this one could be on the offense. If it is, it's going to be on Carter Lance. Yep. Holding on Carter Lance, and that's going to push McAlester behind the sticks. 1st and 20 will be on the way. We've been speaking about how good the Chieftains offense is. They showed it on a couple of plays there in that last drive. Again, chunk plays were their offense in the last drive.
Yep.
And Howard has touchdown throw number 26 on the season.
They had 52 yards just in chunk plays, 20 on the ground and 32 in the air on that touchdown play.
Trips left, 1st and 20, snap. Les now rolling left. Had 215 yards passing last week. This time he's going to try to run it around the corner, and he lost the ball, and it'll be taken at the 27-yard line. He was trying to run out of bounds. The ball was off his hip, and it was stripped by the Chieftains, and they will recover 7 yards away from the Buffalo red zone. We'll see where it was grabbed at. We have one referee looking between the 27 and 28, but they're going to put it at the 27, and the defense has to come back out. McAlester still on the board, has only ran 3 plays.
Yeah, that was a just typical sprint out on the outside. Yeah, carried the ball on the inside leg, and that way when he went to step out, it hit the hip and came out. That's why when your coaches are always telling you keep the ball on the outside, so if you drop it, it's going to probably fall out of bounds.
We have a timeout called. We'll take it right here on KNED.
At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501. For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
First play of the drive, Howard passed over to the right side. Wide open is the Chieftain. It's Canoe Fields out of the backfield. He's tackled in the red zone down at the 5-yard line. Again, this Sapulpa Chieftain offense isn't an offense that McAlester has played since Coweta. Coweta runs a pretty similar offense, and Sapulpa's not lacking any kind of talent at all either. That ball is down to the 6-yard line. Another chunk play, gain of 25. And the Chieftains, after a disastrous start, McAlester scored 14 points in less than 5 minutes. They've almost come all the way back to knot this one up. 6 yards away. 2 receivers each side.
Right out of the timeout, Chieftains just go with the deep ball, testing the Buffaloes vertical on that one.
Snap, rolling left, Howard. Howard looking end zone, sets his feet, throws towards the end zone. It is caught in the back corner, and we are 1 point away from a tie game. On the grab, number 3, Terry Gaddis, the 5'7", 170 senior. And after the Buffalo defense had an excellent start to the game, the last 2 drives, you've got McAlester fans on the edge of their seats a little bit. On to attempt the PAT once again is Trent Whitaker. 14-13 the score. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is Good. Tie game, 14-14, 3:24 left to go in the first here on KNED.
CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester is having an end-of-season sale on all 2022 Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers. We carry Gravely zero-turns from 42 up to 60-inch cuts. The 2023s are coming soon, so now's the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all 2022 Gravely zero-turn models. There's no better time to get that new Gravely commercial zero-turn. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
Chieftains capitalized on McAllister's first turnover since Coweta, and we are tied up 14-14 as we have an onside kick over towards the 50-yard line. It's bouncing, and the Chieftains grab it and are going down the near sideline. Chieftains have recovered this onside kick. They nearly did it the first time, we're a yard away, and the Chieftains recovering this one at the 49-yard line. Could go down the field and take the lead. McAlester offensively has only ran 3 plays. The referees are going to speak about this one, but this one was clearly recovered by the Chieftains as the blockers went and took out a Buffalo that was over there to receive the ball. And then that left another Chieftain just to go straight to the pigskin and grab it. We have Coach Mazey and Coach Burgess both on the gridiron right now. Burgess is trying to get his defense ready, and Mazey's looking over at the officials.
I think the way the ball never changed direction, so the way it kept rolling and spinning, you would assume that it was a straight onside kick, but the way that the Chieftain coaches are reacting, they might be talking that it hit a leg of a Chieftain.
They might be saying that. Yep, prior to it going 10 yards, you cannot make contact with the receiver until it goes 10 yards. So it's got to go 10 yards before you hit somebody, and that is what happened. The Chieftain did take out a receiver. So the Buffaloes get a little bit of luck, and then maybe they can run some plays here. They've only ran 3. A 2-yard run by McCarty, a screen pass touchdown from Lesnow to Watkins, and then a fumble.
So with the Buffalo player being on the 50, will this ball then be placed where it was touched, where it was picked up by the Chieftains, or will it be 5 or 10 yards
I think where it was touched by the Chieftains then, which would be the 49. I mean, that is what happened. By rule, by how the rule is, that is what happened.
Right, because they made contact when the ball was at the Chieftain 49 and a half before it made its way to the 50.
So the Buffaloes are going to have a chance to take the lead. They're tied up with the Chieftains 14-14 with 3:21 left to go in the first. And right now the Chieftains on their last couple of drives have looked like an unstoppable juggernaut, especially through the air, with Colton Howard throwing 2 touchdown passes already. He holds the school record in touchdown passes in a game with 7. He had that a couple weeks ago against Glenpool on 19 of 22 passing with 308 yards to go with it. We're still, and that's what I think Mazey's talking about when you're mentioning where the ball's going to be at. I think that's where what he's speaking with the official about. So early on, a little bit of a dogfight. 14-14. Ball right hash. Lesnow hands the rock off over to McCarty. McCarty powering his way up the middle, swipes his way past another defender and gets to the 41-yard line, but that's a first down for the Buffaloes on a gain of 12. That first down run brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. Call him up at 918-284-1223, and he'll help you out. So ball to the Sapulpa 40-yard line, now right between the hash marks.
Great counter run right there. Physical run by the senior, picks up 12 up the middle.
Snap, handoff McCarty once again up the gut, trying to carry defenders and will pass the 35-yard line for a gain of 6 to the 34.
They went with the counter play again, got the left side of the line out into the right on that right side of the ball, picks up 6 yards on the play, and I'm being texted by my dad who's watching on YouTube saying that you could see Sapulpa did touch the football before it went 10 yards as well.
Well, he hit before he went 10 yards, yeah. Snap, 2nd down and 4, handoff McCarty. Once again, runs over a dude past the 30-yard line down at the 29 for another first down run by the senior. Clock will stop at 2:29 while they move the chains, and right now the offensive line is working wonders. Especially that right side, Connor Field, Sean Perkins, Sean Woods there. 2:19 remaining here in the first quarter. Buffaloes just handing it off to their senior standout. Snap. Now it's going to be a keeper by Les now. Left side, he's going to be tracked from behind. We have a flag coming in. He's still on his feet, and they're pushing him sideways, and there comes the whistle. Flag is around the line of scrimmage.
This one's going to be in the area of holding, partner.
McCarty's going to come out, Blaze ball will come in, and it is holding. A holding didn't kill McAllister's previous drive. That was a fumble, but still a holding did wipe away instead of a 2nd down and 2, we brought it to a 1st and 20. Now McAllister has to make up those yards again. That brings him back to the Sapulpa 39-yard line. It's always around this part of the field, isn't it, that we have that crucial holding call.
And it puts you in 4-down territory because you're too close to punt. You're a little too far to kick a field goal, so, you're standing at no man's land. And right here's where, great offensive minds.
Buffs have to hurry. Timeout call by McAllister. We had 2 seconds on the play clock. McAllister calls timeout. 1:39 left to go in the first. Tie game, 14-14 on KNED.
Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to health care at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
Got it. We're going to play that commercial in just a little while. I know we had to cut a little bit early, but McAllister's offense was quick to get back on the field, and we don't want to miss this next play. 1:39 as McAllister burns their 2nd time out of the half with 1:39 left to go in the first. Sapulpa has made McAllister a little bit more uncomfortable than they wanted to be. The Buffaloes got out to an early 14-0 lead, but since then, a turnover has helped the Chieftains come back into this game, and they've tied it up at 14-all. 1st and 20 coming up for the Buffaloes. Trips right. McCarty on the left side of Lesnow. Man in motion's Carter Lance. Here's the snap. Rolling left. Lesnow looking downfield. He's under pressure. Evades a man. Going down the far sideline. He's tackled out of bounds. That was the exact same play that we had a fumble on in the previous drive, but this time Lesnow's able to hold on, and he doesn't get a yard on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 20 from the Sapulpa 39. Clock stops with 1:31 on the clock.
Great move right there by Les. Now, he was able to avoid a sack because he was going to be taken down way behind the line of scrimmage, uses the athleticism, gets around that the sack, and went to step out but got pushed out right at the line of scrimmage at the dial marker. Didn't lose anything. Good awareness there by the junior.
So 2nd down and 20 from the 39. Here's a snap. Les now back to pass. Screen pass. It'll be caught by Watkins. Watkins already has 1 touchdown on a screen pass tonight. He might have 2. He's going around multiple blue jerseys. He's grabbed from the top of his pads and slung down at the 23-yard line. About 4 yards shy of a first down, but much more manageable here on 3rd and 4 rather than on 3rd and 20. If Watkins gets around that one last guy, I think he might be able to get the corner and get to the south end zone. But right now, 3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Buffs. They have to get into the red zone to be able to extend this drive, at least if they want to do it on 3rd down. 1:07 remaining in the first in a tie game. We're about to have the Dozer package come on out. So McCarty at the head of it. Ball favoring the right hash, moving left to right. Man in motion is Russell. The snap, left side McCarty. McCarty is tracked from behind. He's pushing his legs, and he's going to be a yard shy of the first down. He got to the 20, had to get to the 19, but they're officially in the red zone. Red zone alert brought to you by McAlester Home Store. Get flooring, backsplash paint, and appliances, plus you can even get a free design consultation. As as we have 4th down and 1 upcoming for the Buffs. Sapulpa has come to play. They've had a great night so far. Running under center is McCarty. The snap, left side, McCarty pushes forward. Did he get the yard he needed? Sapulpa doesn't think that he got to the 19. It depends on the spot. McAlester thinks that he got it.
I think the second effort.
Oh, the spot is. Spot shows that McAlester can't get the 4th down conversion.
He's right on the other side of the 20.
It's right between the 19 and the 20, and the Buffaloes turn the ball over on downs. And the Chieftains will have the ball with 14 seconds left to go in the first, tied up 14 all.
That's a momentum swing right there by the Chieftains, able to stop the senior from getting that last yard for the first down.
So maybe one more play before the end of the quarter. As Colton Howard, McAlester hasn't been able to find an answer for him on the last 2 drives. From inside the 20-yard line, their own 20, here's a handoff to Fields. Fields around the corner. He's got some more space. Busts it out to the 30-yard line and tackled at the 35 after a gain of about 11. 7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Eric McCarty making the tackle. They'll stop the clock while they move the chains. We'll see if Sapulpa runs one more play.
They got the handoff at the 20-yard line, kicked it out to the 35 around the edge. Sealed off what would have been the left side of the offensive line for the Chieftains, able to get off that block and pick up 15 yards.
That's the end of the first. We're tied up 14 all right here on KNED.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester is having an end-of-season sale on all 2022 Gravely Commercial Zero-Turn Mowers. We carry Gravely Zero-Turns from 42 up to 60-inch cuts. The 2023s are coming soon, so now's the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all 2022 Gravely Zero-Turn models. There's no better time to get that new Gravely Commercial Zero-Turn. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're in a dogfight here in the second quarter as we're about to begin it. 14-14, the Chieftains had the ball at their own 35-yard line. There's been a pick six by McAlester, a fumble by McAlester, and a turnover on downs that the Chieftains forced. Here's the snap. Howard back to pass. A screen pass out of the far side, caught and downed at the 39-yard line. I believe coming out of the backfield once again was Canoe Fields.
Ran a little wheel route right there with the running back. Fields slides out. They went vertical, so it got the cornerback out of the play, and which had to rely on the outside backer. He was able to pick up the ground, even though it was a 5-yard pickup there by the Chieftains.
Second down and 5. Again, just beginning the second quarter. Here's a snap. Howard rolling right, looking to pass downfield. He throws late. It is along the near sideline. Did he get his feet in bounds? No, he did not. Incomplete. Trey Morrow was the intended receiver. He is the transfer from Will Rogers last year that had 3 receptions for 34 yards. And we have third down and 5 upcoming.
And he's had a 32-yard touchdown grab here tonight for the Chieftains.
The other touchdown pass was to Terry Gaddis. So clock stops at 11:19 left to go in the first. 14-14 game and third and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, right.
4 down territory might be anywhere on the field for the Chieftains right now.
Absolutely, partner.
Pistol formation. 2 receivers right. Snap. Play action. Oh, rather it's a fake, and there's a pass over the middle to nobody. They're trying to throw it over to the 50-yard line, and no one was there. That was play action, and they threw it over to the 50-yard line, just lobbed it, and no one was within 15 yards of the ball. So the Chieftains do bring out the punt team, so McAlster's going to get the ball back. Canoe Fields is also the punter. He was not the punter for East Central last year when McAlester played him, so I don't have any stats on how he's done this year booting the ball away. Chaz Bradley back deep to return, standing inside his own 35-yard line. 11-12 left to go here in the first half. Tie game 14-14. Snap, Fields gets the ball away. Good one, end over end. That's going to bounce. Bradley gets away from it as it rolls inside the 20-yard line, and Fields downs him over at the 16. McAllister's going to have a long field to try to go down and take the lead. 11:07 remaining here in the first half. 14-14 game, but good job from McAlester after the last couple of drives. The Buffaloes weren't able to stop the Chieftains to get a 3 and out. And they have a chance to now go down the field and take the lead.
Yeah, those last two play sequences there by the Chieftains, they went with the traditional sprint out to the right, trying to get Howard on the throwing on the run tomorrow. Threw it too far. The senior stepped out of bounds. And then that last play was just a miscommunication between Canoe Fields and Howard.
First play from scrimmage. Les now makes a great move at the line as he faked a throw and then just went up the middle as things started to collapse around the pocket. And he moves out to the 19-yard line for a gain of 3 after he was almost sacked. 10:53 left to go here in the second.
Looked like a draw play, but Sapulpa brought the house on the blitz. He was able to pull the ball down at the last second, slides out, gets positive yards. Great play there by the junior.
Looks like Baugh is the running back left side of Les now. Here's the snap. Handoff, Baugh up the middle, following his blockers, trying to get around the corner, stayed on his feet for a little bit, and got out to the 23-yard line. About 2 or 3 yards shy of the first down. We'll have third down and short upcoming. And will we see Dozer? McAlester went for it on 3rd and 5 and got 4 yards. They need 2 right here. On 4th and 1, they weren't able to get 2. And they turned the ball over on downs on their last drive. McAllister's going to try to run under center again. 3rd and 2 upcoming. Got to get to the 26-yard line. Here's the snap. McCarty right side. He will get the first down, and that'll move the chains. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, or recreational land or a rural home, call Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233. We got Jeremy, Lane, and Sam listening on their way back from Little Rock. We'll mention more Buffalo roll calls later on in the game. Trips left, first down and 10. Handoff up the middle. Blaze Baugh straight up the gut to the 35-yard line. Pushed back, breaks out of a tackle. He's still on his feet. And he finally gets brought down near the first down marker. He was stuck right there. He actually got the first down. He was stopped about 5 yards shy. And then he just said, "Get off me," and then kept moving.
Well, the Chieftains almost had him down because there was probably a pickup of about 5 or 6. The Chieftains had him down, but then when they went to deliver the final blow, it's what bounced him back up to allow him to get the other 4 or 5 yards they needed.
And we have a flag and what will more than likely be a false start. It is. Again, we've been mentioning drive-killing penalties. McAlester had one in the last drive because they were moving the ball extremely well. Holding is what led to them not being able to get the first down. That one's a false start, and I'll put him back to 1st and 15. The only penalties that Sapulpa has had, I believe, so far have been on the kickoffs. I can't think of anything that they've had defensively or really even offensively. They might have had one false start.
They had one false start, and they had a hold that backed them up right before the pick 6.
They're playing pretty well. Les now rolling right on second down, looks over the middle, and this one's batted away. Trey Morrow at the last second. If this one squeaks through those 2 blue jerseys, I think Carter Lance is going all the way. There are no safeties behind Trey Morrow, and we have second down and 15 on the way for the Buffs.
Nice sprint out there by Les. Now got to the right side. He wasn't throwing across his body. He was throwing with his body there. He put it in between 2 blue jerseys, and Carter Lance would have went to the house, made a house call on it. Trey Morrow just makes one last effort, reaches back, gets his hand on the football. That was a great read right there by the Chieftain.
So that's actually first down. Now it's second down and 15. Here's the snap. The handoff, Baugh waiting for gaps to open up. He's still trying to push his feet, but this time the Chieftains stop him before he can get too far. Gain of 4. And we have 3rd down and long coming up.
This is where you don't want to be. We talk about drive-killing penalties. Put them behind the line of put them way behind the chains on a 1st and 15. They picked up 4 yards right there on the draw play up the middle by Ball, bringing up a 3rd down and 11. They got to get out to the 48.
In the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Big 3rd down and 11 with 8:08 left to go in the first half. Here's the snap. Les now back to pass. Steps up. Will try to run it. Right side, still looking downfield. He's in trouble, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he kind of ducked out of the pocket a little bit too early there. He had a good one from his offensive line, and he got pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line. As he saw it, what he probably saw was there was some terrain over on the right side, but he had 11 yards to try to get there, and he lost a yard. And so the Buffaloes are going to have to punt the ball away. It will be Les now punting it away. He has not punted the ball in the last 2 weeks. He's averaging 33.6 yards per punt. He's gotten 3 inside the 20. Les now grabs it, quickly punts this one away. Spiraling punt. Morrow will fair catch this one and make it inside the 30-yard line, and the Chieftains are going to start this drive at their own 29. 7:52 remaining in the first half. Tie game 14-14. Joseph Ledford tuning in. Anna McElhaney says Ethan Watkins' biggest fans, Anna, Drew Amos, and Nolan. We also have Full Caliber Outdoors, says proud to be a Buffalo, watching from Mactown. And Walker says go Buffs. And Walker listening from home. Here's Buffalo roll call for us there. Thank you for tuning in and checking out this game. It's a close one, 14-14. McAlester looked like they could be running away with it early as they faced little resistance on both sides of the ball, but then the Chieftains, give them all the credit in the world, they bear down, and they've gotten right back in it to tie it up 14-14. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Howard the snap, back to pass. Safety blitz coming in. Howard steps up. He's going to try to run it now, and he's got some open space. To the 36-yard line, around the corner to the 40. To the 45-yard line, he runs out of bounds. Gain of 16 yards, and that'll move the chains as he makes his way over to his own 46-yard line. McAlester hasn't really been able to have a lot of chunk plays other than the screen pass for a touchdown to Watkins. A lot of chunk plays coming from the Chieftains so far.
That one right there, he drops back. There was no spy in the middle of the field as they went 5 wide, so you had to use all your backers and safeties. Great read right there by Howard.
Howard, back to pass, clean pocket. Now he has to throw it away. He never really left the pocket, but he still threw it far enough downfield and out of bounds. There wasn't really a receiver in the vicinity, but that won't be intentional grounding, and 2nd down and 10 will come up with 7:32 remaining in the half. Good job by the secondary there. So Malachi Rice, who has a pick 6 from tonight after a batted ball down the line, comes in to play defensive end. Pistol formation, 2nd and 10. Snap, handoff, Fields rolling right. He will get past the 50, tackle down at the 45, and that'll be a yard shy of the 1st down. So 3rd down and 1 upcoming. So they've been trying to run the ball up the middle with no success. The defensive line has been doing a great job of that. So since they said, okay, well, we can't get you up the middle, let's spread you out wide. And that's what they've been able to do with Fields. And Fields, I can't wait to see his stats at halftime. He's been having a lot of yards per carry. And I'm surprised they haven't handed the ball off to him more.
Yeah, when they're going up the middle, this defensive front, they're just too good. They're getting off blocks. They're having to stretch this defense out and using the speed and athleticism, and it's working to their advantage.
Loading the line big time here. Wildcat formation. Morrow slipped. He stayed on his feet. Didn't get to the 1st down marker, though. To the 45, him slipping really hurt him right there. Again, playing on turf field here at George F. Collins Stadium. I was surprised he got back to the line of scrimmage. His knee almost touched down, about 2 yards shy of that. So we have 4th down and 1 upcoming. The Buffaloes were stopped on 4th and 1 a couple of drives ago. Can the Buffalo defense stop the Sapulpa drive here? Sapulpa already 1 for 1 on 4th downs tonight. 6:18 left to go in the half. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Fields to the right side of Howard, and the Buffaloes jumped off sides. Jaden Shumway. And that will give the Chieftains a 1st down. Fourth down has been a killer for the Buffs tonight. Out to the McAlester 40-yard line.
That's another one of those just being lackadaisical penalties. If you're on the defensive line, you got to know, just watch the ball, watch that offensive lineman, especially right when you're over the ball like that.
Snap, McAlester bringing pressure. Fields right up the middle, though, and he's going to be upended, tackled down by the knee area by Eric McCarty. Looked like he had way more space. He was only able to get 6 feet. 2 yards, second down and 8 upcoming as they're in Buffalo territory. And they've dominated time of possession, too. Really have.
They have had the football a lot. That is something that we can count up when we go to halftime, when we can know exactly the times.
2 receivers left, 1 right, pistol formation again. Snap, play action. Howard dumps it off, caught by the tight end at the 35, and good tackle out in the flats. That is by McCarty again. That was good for about a 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 4 upcoming as he found number 87 of the Chieftains. That was Jaden Watson. A lot of seniors on this team. Watson's one of them. Got 23 seniors listed on the roster. McAlester, they have 10. Inside the 35. 2 receivers each side. 3rd and 4 once again for the Chieftains. Snap, Howard, back to pass, looking right, quick pass out to the right. It'll be caught at the sticks. Depends on where he caught it. I think it's enough for the first down, though. On the grab, Kylan Edwards. And then it's enough for the first down. The Chieftains have been able to nickel and dime McAlester down the field and just, we say that, and then they have chunk plays. It's been a perfect, other than the first drive of the game, a perfect offensive game plan by Coach Tim Holt Jr. and their offensive coordinator, David Alexander. Chieftains have been looking for that first big signature win in the first 2 years of Holt's tenure. Here's a snap and a handoff over to Fields. Fields is tackled by the ankles by McCarty. Could not escape that ankle tackle. Gain of only 1, 2nd down and 9 upcoming. 4:08 left to go in the half. But as I was mentioning, they have been able to get that signature win, and maybe they're able to get it tonight. Right now they have McAlester, at least in the first half, kind of backing up instead of going forward and throwing haymakers.
Right now the senior's getting very good reads from that safety spot, coming downhill the way he is. He's reading real well. This defensive line is actually forcing Canoe Fields out a little bit better than they were earlier, getting the ball to bounce.
2nd and 9, and we have a flag.
Flag on the play.
Let's see if this is a false start or offsides. False start. Now, with all these plays that we've been seeing so far from the Chieftains on this drive, I wouldn't be surprised if here pretty soon, drawing in the defense, try to see him go deep.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about that during the pregame, being balanced. You got a good running back in Canoe Fields that you have to respect the run game. You've got McCarty to slam down, pickups of 1, pickups of 2 on the ground. Be very careful when he sticks it into his gut that you don't just fly downhill and sell out for the run and get beat over the top.
2nd and 14, snap, play action. Howard going deep. Here it is, and he's got a man wide open. That's a drop. It's a drop. They had a wide open man, Kylan Edwards. Maybe it was just a little bit out in front of Edwards, but not by much. That's one that definitely Edwards should haul in. And they were a drop away from taking the lead on the Buffaloes. So instead, that's 3rd and 14. We were just mentioning just the play ago. I wouldn't be surprised if they go deep. What did they just do?
Yeah, they're just testing this defense vertically, seeing how well they're going to respond to the run. You've seen McCarty. He stayed true, took 1 step forward because you can always flip the hits in football and get back, and that's what he did. McCarty was in position, and you just had the guy on the outside just get behind the cornerback.
All right, timeout by Sapulpa. We'll take it. 3:04 left to go in the first half. Tie game here on KNED.
Football season. The most wonderful time of the year. Except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoneer. And 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo Football.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Big third down coming up for the Chieftains. 3:04 left to go in the first half. Tie game 14-all. Here's the snap. Howard looking over the middle. Now trying to run. Sets his feet. Throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. There was a bump, but it was well overthrown for the tight end, number 87, Jaden Watson. Some fans for Sapulpa, you can hear, wanted the flag there, but that was, again, a good 20 feet over the head of Watson. That brings up 4th and 14, but they're in no man's land. So now, you were mentioning during the break, Chieftains are 1 of 8 on third down, but the big news is they're 2 of 2 on fourth.
Correct, partner.
So they have a chance to go 3 for 3 here on 4th and 14. Howard trying to have a couple of passes go deep on the last 2 plays. A drop prevented a touchdown for the Chieftains. Snap, Howard passing again on 4th and 14, looking right. Now under pressure, being chased by Rice. He has to get the corner. Can he get the first down? He's tackled out of bounds, well shy of the first down marker. Chieftain fans, and rather players, are wanting a late hit. There was a hit. I don't know if it was late, but the coaches are livid that that wasn't a late hit. But the Buffaloes stopped the Chieftains on 4th down. No flags did come out. And that will give McAlester the ball at the 27-yard line with 2:47 left to go in the half, tied up 14-14 with 1 timeout remaining in the half. And this reminds me a lot of McAlester against Shawnee in Week 9 last year. McAlester was really slow to start off the game, and in the final 3 minutes they started to break away. Can they do that here in Sapulpa? Ball, the running back left side of left now. 1st and 10, the snap. Handoff, ball, right side, jumps over a man, and he jumps over 2, and he gets upended near the first down marker. Was it enough for the first down?
Got a flag count. Got a flag on the field.
At the 34-yard line, not by the line of scrimmage, but that could be a hold down the line. Well, now they push it forward. This is going to be a hold. Blocking it back. Boy, penalties have killed McAlester tonight. They had 8 for 80 last week against Durant, but the first half was pretty smooth. This week, they've just had drive-killing penalties, and that's what's stopped 2 of their drives so far. First down and 11 now for the Buffaloes. 2:40 left to go in the first. Snap, handoff, up the middle. Is that Jordan Clark carrying the ball? I think it is. He goes past the 34-yard line down to the, where's that, Dakota Moten?
Dakota Moten.
Again, the 2s are so hard to see on those white jerseys. And Dakota Moten with the carry, and that's a great carry of about 8 yards to bring up 2nd down and 3. Because Dakota Moten wears number 20, Jordan Clark wears number 22. And again, with the italic numbers, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. Moten will stay the running back right side of Les now. That was his first carry on the day. Here's the snap. Handoff Moten again. Moten up the middle. He will get close to the first down marker and get it. And we have another flag coming out. This one's late.
As well.
Yeah, this one's late. And we have a Chieftain that's down holding his calf right now, his left calf. Another penalty on the offense. And we'll have a timeout for the injury. We'll take it right here on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
3-yard line, second down, 14.
All right, so he got up pretty fast, and he was hurt, though, a little bit there. Number 40, that's Anthony Papa. That's the defensive tackle. Did you see what the penalty was? It came out kind of late in the play, but I think it was another hold, and it brought McAlester back inside the 25-yard line. So these are 2 penalties on one set of downs that have stopped McAlester first downs. We're inside the 25, 2nd and 14 coming up. 1:53 left to go in the first half. McAlester at their own 23-yard line. In the gun, Les now. Again, hands it off. This time to Bob. Bob the middle, using patience, passing the 30-yard line, pushing his way past the 35, and he's getting close to the first down marker. Depending on the spot, I think he might have got the first down. So finally, no flags on the field. McAlester has had their 3rd first down on this set of drives, but for the first time, it's not taken over by a penalty. First and 10, snap. And we have a false start. Carter Lance left early. Yep. Lance left early from the slot receiver spot, and that pushes McAlester back 5 yards. Lord have mercy, we've had a lot of penalties on McAlester. And all of them are warranted. All of them have been real penalties. I don't think McAllister's been messed out of any yards here. I think they've just been shooting themselves in the foot. 90 seconds, really under 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Buffaloes are tied up 14-14 with the Sapulpa Chieftains. As it was all offense first quarter, it's all defense here in the second. McAlster's offense hasn't been able to do anything since the second play of the game. Here's the snap. Les now steps up in the pocket. He rips out of a sack, rolls right, looking downfield, will throw it down the middle. It's caught for a first down. He stays in bounds, though, but that will stop the clock as they move the chains. What a play by Caden Lesnow. He ripped out of a sack, rolled over to his right, threw on the run as he was almost out of bounds, and found Chaz Bradley for the first down. That'll move the chains. Ball at the 50-yard line, under 60 seconds left to go in the first. Buffalo still have a timeout. Snap, handoff, Baugh. Baugh nowhere to go. He's pushing forward, still having the line push him over to the Sapulpa 47-yard line is where they're going to stop him. And Coach Mazey uses his final timeout with about 42 seconds left to go in the half. We'll take it right here on KNED.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated, and both offer clean, comfortable rooms at a great price, of course. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2022 football season, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. And remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
McAlester burns their final timeout with 40 seconds left to go in the half. Ball at the Sapulpa 47-yard line. Here's the snap on 2nd and 8. Les now passing right. The catch is made, but in bounds. Once again, that one was by Braden Bumpus, actually. Bumpus makes the catch, 3rd down and 2 upcoming. 30 seconds left to go in the half. Buffaloes run up to the line. 2 receivers each side. Les now takes the snap, rolling left, looking downfield, sets his feet, tosses, one-on-one coverage. We've got a incomplete pass. Nearly a phenomenal catch by Braden Bumpus at the 20-yard line. He made the catch, the hit jarred it loose, and while he was laying on his back, nearly brought it back in but couldn't haul it. So if a 4th down and 2, 17 seconds left to go in the half. Let's see what the Buffaloes do. Bump is kind of, just a little bit favoring the leg, walks off the field. He's going to be okay, though. And Eric McCarty makes his way on for ball. 9 to snap it, though. They got to hurry. 7, 6, 5. McAlester has no timeouts remaining. 4, 3. This is going to be a delay of game. Yep. Delay of game. There's the flag. That's going to push McAlester back 5 yards to the 47-yard line. 17 seconds left to go in the half. Tie game, 14-14. So McCarty's going to be the tailback, left side of Les now. 4th and 7. Snap. We have a timeout first. We'll take it right here on KNED.
I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
4th and 7. With 17 seconds left to go in the first half. Here's the snap. Reverse. We got a flag. Oh, man.
False start.
This one's on McAlester again. And now you got to kind of worry about what would happen here on 4th down if you don't get it. And I think that's what they're doing. I think they're going to bring out the punt team now. Because if you don't get it with 13 seconds left to go in the first half, you're leaving Sapulpa with 48 yards to maybe score. And with a field goal kicker that might be able to drill one in if they can get about 10 or 15 yards. So now 4th and 12, McAllister's going to punt the ball. Les now grabs it, punts it away. Spiraling punt. Morrow lets it drop. Bounces inside the 20-yard line. Keeps on rolling. Let it keep rolling. 4 seconds. 3 down at the 13-yard line with 2.7 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll see if the Chieftains try to have a little bit of magic here with 2.7 seconds and what is that? They're calling it at the 12-yard line. 88 yards to go. That's more at the 13. That's going to be 87 yards to go. Chieftains and Buffaloes both out of timeouts.
Well, if you know the song, a lot can happen in 2.7 seconds.
Is that a song?
You know.
I don't know.
He went 2.7 seconds on the bull.
Thank you. All right. There's a snap. There's the knee. Nothing's happening in 2.7 seconds. But the Chieftains do get the ball to start off the second half. 14-14 is our score, and the rain has started to come down here in Sapulpa at George F. Collins Stadium. This could be a wild, weird night. We're going to be having the halftime show brought to you by Pop's Kettle coming up in a little while right here on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated, and both offer clean, comfortable rooms at a great price, of course. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of the 2022 football season, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. And remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester. I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Shakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Now, McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360. McAlester Pepsi, proud sponsor of the 2022 football season.
At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
Please join us in welcoming to the field the Sapulpa Chieftain Marching Band, led by drum majors Riley Groves and Sarah Pagan. The Sapulpa Band is directed by Whitney Yoakum, Jason Bursko, Kevin Mazarko, and Mary Lawless. Our band secretary is Shannon Groves. The color guard is directed by Megan Howerton. Other assistants include
Well, McAlester struck early, and they struck quickly. Well, that's both the same thing. McAlester was really hot out of the gate. They ended up scoring in the second play. Ethan Watkins took a touchdown to the house, and then on the very next drive, that one by Sapulpa, McAlester was able to get a pick six by Malachi Rice on a ball that was batted at the line of scrimmage and grabbed and hauled into the end zone. After that, Sapulpa bared down. They went down the field, scored a touchdown after an onside kick. Didn't go McAllister's way. They ended up scoring to make this one 14-7. Next play, after a hold by McAlester, fumble, recovered by Sapulpa. They scored like 2 or 3 plays later, and that is what has led us to 14-14. We have had no scoring in the second quarter, and now we have rain coming down over in Sapulpa. Now, it doesn't look like it's heavy rain. I mean, the lights make it look like it's much heavier than it actually is, but it is raining over here in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. We're starting to have some actually some drops start to hit our window here. So, but yeah, it's 14-14, not what McAlester expected. They are looking to play much sharper into the second half, but the second half hasn't been as good to them as the first half has been in the year. We'll talk about that here in just a moment, but this is the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. In the first half, McAlester is outscoring opponents. Let me do a quick tally up real fast. In the first half, McAlester is outscoring opponents 183, so 183-69. In the second half, McAlester is still outscoring opponents, but the difference is much closer. It's 118-77. So McAlester really hasn't truly been a second-half team other than one game, Del City. McAlester was a second-half team against Del City, and they're hoping that they have a pretty strong second half. Sapulpa's going to get the ball to start off the second half. We'll mention that as we get closer to the end of the halftime show. But, Phillip, what was your opinion on the first half?
I mean, to start the game, you looked really good. You know, you looked flawless. You went down the field, 2 plays, scored. You got the pick 6. But then after that, Sapulpa was like, okay, we weathered the storm. We took your best shot. Here's ours. And so, really, you know, you've taken each other's 2 best shots because right now it's 14-14, but they have more scoring drives because you got the pick 6. And so right now, you know, you just have to settle down, stop shooting yourself in the foot.
Yes.
Too many knucklehead mistakes. And, you know, and comes with the territory of being a little antsy, being ready to go. But on fourth and short, you allowed the Chieftains first down by jumping off sides. On that one drive, we had 1, 2.
Talking about their second touchdown?
No, I'm talking about the last drive that we had before we punted.
Oh, gotcha.
We had at least 3 first downs that were then called back because of a penalty.
Right.
So things like that is going to hurt you because all you're doing is just negating what you just did.
Right.
So you just have got to be smart.
Yeah, right now McAlester is making too many costly penalties. That has been, Sapulpa has been stopping them too. McAlester hasn't had really any chunk plays other than that first touchdown that they had. Other than that, Sapulpa has played pretty flawless defense. I mean, to be honest with you, they're not letting McAlester get any big plays. They are weathering, like you mentioned, great analogy, weathering the storm. They're taking body shots, but they're not taking haymakers. And, they're doing great. Sapulpa has played a fantastic first half. You couldn't have asked, other than the pick 6, for a better start to the first half for the Sapulpa Chieftains than what you have right now. So they have McAlester right where they want him right now, and it's up to McAlester to make them feel uncomfortable. This is where the game is a little bit more in the momentum in the favor of Sapulpa right now at halftime, is that a lot of people didn't expect Sapulpa to be with McAlester right here. McAlester is still a top 3 team in 5A according to the AP rankings, and Sapulpa is just on the outside of the top 10. Sapulpa, they have something that they want to prove tonight. They got beat by Coweta in a big way. That was 55-13. Then they got beat by Del City 56-7. They're like, well, we're not that bad. We're not, and we're going to show it tonight, and that's what they're showing here on senior night to put a little bit more motivation behind it. So Buffaloes have got to play a little bit better, and that's just as simple as it can be. Again, McAlester had that 47-yard touchdown screen pass from Les Now over to Watkins. Then you had the pick 6 on the batted pass at the line of scrimmage by Malachi Rice. And then you had the Chieftains that started to make their drives. The 32-yard touchdown pass from Howard over to Trey Morrow. A fumble by McAlester on their first official play in the next drive. And then they had a short field and 2 plays scored on a 6-yard touchdown pass from Howard over to Terry Gaddis. And in the second quarter, it was all defense. So, yeah, it's been a barn burner. It has been a dogfight. And the Buffaloes are looking to win the second half to be able to advance to 8-1. It may not be pretty because it's not been pretty in the first half. But again, at the end of the day, a win is a win, and that's what they're going to be looking for. But they have a lot of work to do in the second half if they're going to be able to do that. They have a lot that they need to overcome. So, difference maker for the Buffaloes, I think that, I don't know if I can speak for both of us, but I'm picking Malachi Rice. If you don't have that pick 6, if you don't have the awareness to be able to grab that ball, and that's so hard to do. It's so hard if you just stick your hand up in the air. That's what you're taught to do when they have those screen passes. Put your arms up in the air to be able to not only hit it, but then look where the ball went and grab it and then take it to the end zone. If it's not for that, McAllister's down 14-7.
And that's to say at least 14-7 because they could have went down and scored on that drive? We don't know.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 31, and not a lot of people were back to cover that screen. So, I mean, we've seen how elusive Canoe Fields has been so far in the first half. So, a couple blocks here, a couple blocks there, good run here. Maybe they get that 3rd and 31. So, great play by Malachi Rice. He's my difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to stay there with Malachi Rice as well. But I'm also going to add Caden Less now because the 47-yard touchdown strike to start the game on the second play of the game, but also the field awareness of Caden Less now to be able to slide out the way that they did and just literally ripped out of a sack, delivered a strike to Chaz Bradley to extend that drive on that last drive that we had right before half. And it's plays like that that is going to help you progress into the quarterback and the player that we know you can be. So Malachi Rice and Caden Less now, in my opinion, are been two of the better Buffaloes here on the field tonight.
At the end of the first half, 14-14 tie game here in Sapulpa. Scores around the district and area. Coming up next, this is the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. The Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. The score at the end of the first half, McAlester 14 and the Sapulpa Chieftains 14. It's now time to go ahead and look at our scoreboard update from around the area and around the district, including that big game between Del City and Coweta. Are we going to wait till the end of the break to talk about that game? Probably. Beautiful Rooms Furniture is the one bringing you your scoreboard update. They're stocked up with brand-named high-end mattresses, including hybrids. They're going to sell them at discounted prices to save their customers money. Full size and queen size starting at $300, plus mini kings to choose from. Buy on time with 100 days, same as cash. No credit check needed, or 0% for 12 months with approved credit. Stop in and see our quality furniture at affordable prices. Beautiful homes begin at Beautiful Rooms Furniture, 815 East Wyandotte, McAlester. All right, looking at some of our scores from around the area. We'll start off with them, and then we'll go to 5A3.
Starting off in Quinton and Porham, that game was actually played last night where Quinton won 52-6.
Right.
Carnival is up 28-0 on Savannah in the second quarter. I cannot find a score anywhere of Canadian and Watonga, so if anybody out there in our listening area, if you hear this and you know the score, shoot it our way.
At Buff Sports Radio, by the way, on Twitter.
And you currently have a dogfight in Hartshorn. It's 13-13 at the half. You also have another dogfight in Hugo as the Ironheads led 7-0 at the half. They are just now leaving halftime, coming to start the third quarter. Antlers, 2A is just full of dogfights, really.
The entire list is nothing but dogfights, it looks like.
13-13, 7-0. Antlers was up on Valiant 8-6 at half. And then it starts kind of getting some runaways. Idabel up on the Diggers of Wilburton, 43-0 in the second quarter. Atoka ahead on Tushamingo Mill Creek, 21-0 in the second quarter. And Holdenville keeps on rolling. They are up 30-0 right now on Marietta.
5A3.
So we're going to move up to 5A3 where the Lions are looking like they're going to get win number 2. They're up 19-7 on the Chargers of Memorial. Glenpool currently ahead on East Central, 35-6. And we have a dogfight in the Metro. The Tigers go into the Eagles' Nest, and it is a 7-7 ball game.
Okay, now we want to break down some things now. Okay, we were mentioning some stuff in the pregame show, looking at that game because that's a big game that we're wanting to look at. If McAlester wins tonight and Del City wins tonight, then McAlester, no matter what, is looking at a third-place finish, assuming they beat Glenpool next week, which they have to feel confident about that. If Coweta wins that game and McAlester wins tonight, McAlester will be jumping up to the 2 spot because they have the head-to-head over Del City. If McAlester loses tonight and Del City wins, I'm trying to do this as I'm thinking and as I'm speaking, so bear with me. If Sapulpa wins tonight and Coweta wins, then you have a three-way tie for second place, and it would go down to points. And I think McAlester, depending on what the score would be tonight, even if it is not a blowout, even if it is a blowout, I guess, I think McAlester would still lead in points. It'd be pretty close. But you don't want that to happen, obviously. But I think McAlester would still be third if they lost tonight and Coweta won. If Del City won and Coweta lost, I want, and Sapulpa wins. I'm trying to think of this. I think it would go down to Coweta would have their first loss. Then it would be head-to-head at the two teams that are 2 losses in the district. So then McAlester would drop down to 4. So if McAlester wins tonight, then depending on what route you want to take, second or third, doesn't matter. Just you're rooting for Del City or Coweta. If McAlester loses tonight, you are all in on Coweta tonight. So some big things to look at as we're going throughout the rest of the night. But right now we have a 14-14 game in Sapulpa. We'll talk about some stats and also looking at some keys to the second half here on the Buffalo Halftime Show. Pop Scuttlecorn bringing it to you right here on KNED. Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Pop Scuttlecorn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. McAlester tied up with Sapulpa 14-14 at the break. Let's look at our two teams, starting off with Sapulpa. We've had 3 guys rush the ball, starting off with number 6, Canoe Fields. He has had 11 rushes for 52 yards, and I wanted to know his yards per carry, and if you're looking at that, a 52 divided by 11, that's a 4.7, a little bit, a lot worse, actually, than I thought he actually had. He had some chunk plays earlier in the half. Also, Colton Howard has ran the ball 4 times for 15 yards, and Trey Morrow has had 1 carry for no yards. Looking at Colton Howard in the first half, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is 8 for 14 with 2 touchdowns and an interception. And he has thrown for, as we're getting everything plugged up over here, he has thrown for 96 yards. Looking at his receivers, Trey Morrow has had 3 catches for 46. Canoe Fields has had 2 catches for 26. Terry Gaddis has had a 6-yard touchdown grab. Number 87, Jaden Watson, has had a 4-yard grab. And number 1, Kylan Edwards, a 1-yard grab. Only 4 penalties on the Sapulpa Chieftains for a total of 25 yards. Now keep that in mind, 4 penalties for 25 yards. We're going to talk about McAlester here in just a moment. The Chieftains had 67 rushing yards on 16 attempts, 86 passing yards on 14 attempts, 153 yards total on 30 plays, averaging 5 yards a play. They were averaging almost 5 yards a carry, a little over 6 yards a pass. For the McAlester Buffaloes, Eric McCarty has had 8 carries for 44 yards. Caden Lusnow, 5 carries for 8 yards. Blaze Baugh has had 5 carries for 35 yards. Dakota Moten, 2 carries for 14. Lusnow has thrown the ball, often, but the problem is a lot of them have been called back because of penalties. He's thrown the ball 6 times. He is, let's look at this. He is 4 for 6 for 62 yards and a touchdown pass. Ethan Watkins has 2 grabs for 62 yards. He has 85 passing yards, rather, Lusnow does. We have some scribbles over here because, again, plays got called back because of penalty. Chaz Bradley has a grab for 18 yards, and Braden Bumpus a grab for 5 yards. McAlester has 9 penalties compared to Sapulpa's 4. McAlester has 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65 penalty yards compared to Sapulpa's 25 right now. And again, 9 penalties to 4. McAlester had 101 yards rushing on 20 attempts, 85 yards passing on 6 attempts, 186 total yards on 26 plays. They're averaging 14 yards a pass, 7 yards a play, and 5 yards a rush. But again, so many penalties have brought them back behind the sticks, and they have been having a hard time overcoming those penalties. So looking at keys of the second half, I think it's pretty obvious what the first one is.
Yeah, we talked about it, a little bit, cleaning things up. And that's what you want to look for. You want to start cleaning everything up and less penalties. You don't want to keep shooting yourself in the foot, putting yourself behind the chains. We talk about that during the pregame. And you just got to be able to keep doing your thing defensively. You had the 32-yard touchdown pass, the fumble. But after that, your defense has played fairly decent, forcing a punt, a turnover on downs, and then it was the end of the half. So other than that, really the fumble that gave the Chieftains a 27-yard field, the defense has played sound since then. But you just want to buckle down, be smart, take care of the football, and don't commit any selfish penalties, and be cautious where you're placing your hands and when you're moving.
And also a big key to the second half, stop them here on this opening drive. Yep. That's going to dictate how the third quarter goes, I think, is how this first drive is going to go by Sapulpa. So, again, Sapulpa will get the ball to start off the second half. This has been the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town, a veteran-owned business. Score is 14-14. Second half coming up here in just a little while on KNED. We'll go to regular commercials and then be back here in just a moment.
Football season, the most wonderful time of the year, except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoneer, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo football. Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester.
We're about to begin the second half as the McAlester Buffaloes are tied up 14-14 with the Sapulpa Chieftains here in Sapulpa, Oklahoma at George F. Collins Stadium. I'm Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell Jr. We're about to begin the second half in less than 2 minutes. But we'd like to thank our kickoff sponsor as we're about to have kickoff for the second half. That's Jet Tire Service. For great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kinda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV, see Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving Southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. So we are waiting for the scoreboard to put up 12s on the clock. We are a little under a minute and a half right now. Caleb Judkins is getting ready to kick it away for the Buffaloes. And they're not very deep, the Chieftains aren't. They're standing around the 15-yard line. And now the 12 is on the big scoreboard over here near the south end zone. Rain is coming down, but it's not very strong rain. And it looks like in Sapulpa we could be having rain for the entirety of the second half. So we'll see what happens. Ball right between the hash marks on the 40-yard line. Caleb Judkins getting ready to kick it away for the black and gold. Again, McAlester wearing their all-white uniforms. Chieftains wearing their blue jerseys, blue helmets, and their, that looks like gray, more like charcoal gray pants. Judkins kicks his away, and second half is beginning now with a return by, it looks like that might have been Morrow up to the 35-yard line, and that is where the Chieftains are going to start this drive at their own 35. So again, passing for nearly 100 yards in the first half was Colton Howard. He threw 2 touchdown passes, one of them a beauty, as he was rolling towards his left and found number 3, Terry Gaddis, in the back end of the end zone. He'll start this drive at his own 35-yard line with his troops. Canoe Fields is running back. We haven't seen another running back other than Fields. He's going to be on the right side of, he's now in the pistol as he's directly behind Howard. First snap of the third quarter is a handoff over to Fields. Fields getting around the corner. There's a hold, and there is going to be the flag as Fields is spinning out of tackles, and he's going to be upended at the 49-yard line. And that's going to be a hold at the 34.5-yard line. First down and 20 is about to come up. I mean, that was pretty clear as day, too.
Yeah, it was a great read right there by Braden Bumpus. He was able to force it, and he was able to get the hold drawn by the offensive lineman. If Braden Bumpus would have been able to get off that block, he would have actually hit Canoe Fields at the line of scrimmage. Great play right there to get upfield by Bumpus and create the penalty.
That backs him up to the 25-yard line. Larry Barnett, who does our stats, he's actually inside the coach's booth right now because, again, he does it on paper, and it's raining right now, so he's going to be able to give us our stats like directly after the game maybe. 2 receivers right. Man in motion's Morrow. Here's a snap. Fakes the jet sweep. Howard goes deep. One-on-one. Has a man breaking open. It is incomplete again. Dropped by Kylan Edwards. Again, once again, a little bit out in front, but another great pass by Colton Howard. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Edwards the one that dropped the pass in the end zone that would have given the Chieftains the lead back in the second quarter?
You are correct, partner. Hit him right in the hands just like that one, but Kylan Edwards just was not able to pull that one in. The one for the touchdown, just like he wasn't able to pull that one in. 2 greatly placed balls by the quarterback, Howard. Just miscues by his receivers as the rain starts coming down harder now.
Second down and 20. Here's the snap. Handoff over to Fields. Fields had to get it up in the middle, and he's going to be tackled by the ankles past the 30-yard line down to the 33, and that's going to be a gain of 8. So we have third down and long coming up, 3rd and 12. Yeah, people weren't using their umbrellas a little bit earlier, and now they are. They busted them out. So Sapulpa has the ball at their own 33-yard line, right hash.
Quarterback Caden Less now is a cornerback here on the near sideline, partner.
Coming in for, that's Chapman's role, looks like. Here's the snap. McAlester showing pressure. Here's the pass. Hit as he throws. Wide open man. It's caught inside the McAlester 30-yard line and down inside the 25. I mean, no one within yards of Gavin Reed. Again, as he was popped, Colton Howard still was able to throw it a good 40 yards in the air downfield with the rain hitting him. And Reed flips the field and puts him inside the 25 at the 24. Completely wide open. Reed had 2 48-yard receptions last week, one for a touchdown. That one, if it's thrown in stride, is a walk-in. 10:28 left to go in the third quarter, 14-all our score. Here's the snap, 1st and 10. Howard, under pressure, is going to be flushed out to the right, throws on the run towards the end zone and out of the back corner. 2nd down and 10 upcoming with the clock stopping at 10:17.
Pass intended for Reed.
Great play right there, Malachi Rice. Bull rushes the left tackle, gets around him, gets upfield. Howard sees it, gets flushed to the right, has to throw on the run, put it back shoulder to the pylon. And great play right there by Howard because he put it in the spot where if his guy couldn't make the play on the back shoulder, nobody can get to it. That shows just the mental aspect that it takes to play quarterback, and this kid is a very good one at that.
And there's a reason why he's thrown for nearly 2,000 yards through the first 9 games of the year. 2 receivers each side, 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Howard looking right, passing right. It's up in the air. It's incomplete. He was looking for Morrow. He was kind of looking in the vicinity of Morrow and Kylan Edwards, and it was thrown in between the two of them. So we have 3rd down and 10 upcoming. But you're talking about how good Colton Howard is, and he is. What did they put over in the Gatorade over in Coweta? He's the transfer from Coweta, and you end up having the Kylan Starks. We saw what he did a few weeks ago. You have Colton Howard that had the transfer, and they also have another quarterback, Carson Laverty, this year. Had great quarterbacks for the last 4 or 5 years. Here's the snap. Handoff Fields. Fields is tracked up and tackled in the backfield by Malachi Rice for a 2-yard loss. There's our difference maker making it happen. 4th down and long upcoming. A field goal from here, which would be at the 28-yard line, would be a 45-yarder. But here's the deal. It's totally different in the rain now. It's playing into the game. You can't really trust it with the rain coming down. 9:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter, tie game. Big 4th down and 13 coming up. Howard the snap. Play action. Howard looking middle. Flushed over to the right. He's in trouble. Throws it up into the end zone. It's up for grabs. It is way too far off to the right. And the Buffaloes, after giving up a big pass to Gavin Reed, they bend but they don't break. And they force the Chieftains to turn the ball over on downs. McAlester will have this inside their own 30-yard line with 9:24 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So we spoke about a big key to the second half being McAlester stopping the Chieftains. They did that. Now they need to go score. They have not scored offensively since the 2nd play of the game. Eric McCarty will be the running back on the right side of Caden Luss now. One thing McAllister's got to worry about is turnovers. They haven't had one in the last 2 weeks. They had one earlier today that led to Chieftain points. They have 12 turnovers on the year, and the fumble bug has really hurt them the most. Here's the snap. Handoff. McCarty, right side, past the 30-yard line, down at the 31. Modest gain of about 4. Now bring up 2nd down and 6. In fact, if you're looking at fumbles, McAlester, they have had those 12 turnovers. Only 2 of them have been picks. The rest of them have been fumbles. Ball at the 31-yard line. Right to left across your radio dial. Tie game 14-all. The snap, a little bit off to the left of Les now. He hands it off to McCarty. McCarty ends up getting the ball, and he drove himself forward for a gain of 3 where he was met at the line. So 3rd down and short. Oh, not really short, about 3rd and medium-ish coming up for the Buffs. They got to get out to the 37-yard line, and currently they're at the 33. So 3rd down and 4 coming up. 8.5 minutes left to go. Right here in the 3rd quarter in a tie game, 14-14. Chieftains trying to force McAlester to turn the ball over on downs. Excuse me, just go 3 and out. Dozer package. And we have a false start. Another penalty on the Buffaloes. That's their 10th of the night.
This is going to make it what was a 3rd down and manageable going in the dozer. We're going to have to back it up, bring the offense back out, as it's going to push us way behind the line, way behind the chains now. Be 3rd and 9, maybe 3rd and 10.
And here, when you're, like we said, playing in the rain, passing the ball can be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more risky. And now you're in a passing situation.
All right, Chieftain fans, a little rain stop.
It could be another drive-killing penalty for the Buffs. They've had multiple of them tonight. Trips left. Near hash. Les now the snap. Rolling right. Looking downfield. Tosses. It is caught. Bradley in the open. Down the far sideline. 35, 30, 25, 20. 1 man to beat. 10, 5. Touchdown, McAlester. The Buffaloes go 72 yards down the far sideline for the score. But the officials are starting to wave as there's a flag at the 22-yard line in Sapulpa territory. I think we might be looking at a block in the back around that area.
I think we're going to be looking at a blind side block, actually, because receiver hit the ground, and the way he hit him, that's the only thing I can think about is a blind side block.
And that's going to take a touchdown off the board, but does it give them the first down? Because I think that might just be a piece of string over there by the 33-yard line. I don't think that's a flag.
No, that's
yeah,
why.
that's just a piece of string over there. So that's going to be on McAlester, but they do get the first down, and that first down is brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233. So it's still a 14-14 game, but the Buffaloes do move the chains. They're able to overcome that penalty that made a 3rd down and 4, 3rd and 9 on a great contested catch by Mr. Bradley. 2 receivers each side, ball on the right hash at the Sapulpa 33. Here's a snap. Screen pass, we've got another flag.
False start.
This is frustrating. It doesn't matter who you play. You play like this, you're going to struggle with a lot of teams. And that backs them up 5 yards to bring it up 1st down and 15.
You know, like, I know we mention, OU a lot, but it's what Coach Venable said at the coaches show that night at Root, on their coaches show that night when he said, if you shoot yourself in the foot and you false start too many times and you jump off sides, you could play the worst team out there, but you're going to get beat because all you're going to do is kill yourself. And right now the Buffaloes are digging the hole and jumping in it.
1st and 15, less now the snap. Handoff McCarty, tackled for a loss. Coming off that right edge. I believe was number 55. Yep, Miko Jones on the tackle. So what would have made that 2nd down and 12 if you would have had the penalty now makes it 2nd down and 17. And that's what makes, you're in a close game, but what makes it just feel like you're behind is all the penalties that you've been committing on offense. It's been rough. 2nd down and 17. Trips left. Less now the snap. He turns around. He's in trouble. Busted play. Throws it late. Finds Owen Russell past the 30-yard line to the 25. He's got a 1st down to the 22-yard line.
Hold on. We have an official timeout. I think they're going to say that he stepped across the line of scrimmage.
Or he's an ineligible man downfield. Yep, ineligible man downfield. Good night, man. Have you ever seen so many penalties that have stopped an offense from getting 1st downs and touchdowns and back to the 50-yard line?
You got to get 21, 2. You got to get 23 yards on this.
2nd and 23 is coming up here.
Because, it would have been a 78-yard touchdown strike. Then you had the drive. Then what could have been the drive killer with the blind side, and now you're just shooting yourself in the foot even more.
2nd and 23. Screen pass far side caught. Bradley makes a move at the line of scrimmage. Has to try to evade some blue jerseys. He rips out of an ankle tackle, still pushing himself forward with a little bit of help from his friends to the 42-yard line to bring up 3rd down and long, but he got close to 10 yards on that catch and go. And that brings up 3rd down and 14. 6:22 left to go in the 3rd.
8-yard pickup on the little spin out screenplay there by the Buffaloes. Great athleticism, great work ethic right there by Chaz Bradley. Doesn't get tackled by the first man. Was able to pick up 8 yards.
Man in motions, Bradley. Here's the snap. Screen pass. Caught by McCarty. McCarty being chased from behind. He shakes off a tackle, gets past the 35-yard line, but he's still going to be about 7 yards shy of the 1st down. This is in no man's land. Expect McAlester to go for it here on 4th. He got out to the 34-yard line. They need to get to the 27, so we have 4th and 7 coming up.
Again, Buffaloes go with that screen play. That's right now it's been what's working for them as they're allowing Sapulpa to get upfield, getting behind the defensive line and just dumping one off. They had back-to-back screen plays of 8 yards right there by the Buffaloes. Executed them just perfect.
Under 5.5 minutes left to go. McAlester 5 seconds to snap it. 4th and 7. Man in motions, McCarty. Here's the snap. Les now back to pass. He's got all day. Throws across the middle. It's high, and it's intercepted. Intercepted at the 27-yard line. They move backwards, and they'll be tackled at the 25. They were looking for, wouldn't that look like Owen Russell?
I believe it was Owen Russell, and it was tipped actually by a Chieftain, and it floated over Owen Russell's head.
And then it was grabbed by the Chieftains, and they're going to have this ball back at their own 26-yard line. They're going to mark as forward progress. 5:08 left to go here in the 3rd quarter in a 14-14 game, and the game that is have not been in McAllister's favor since early in the first quarter, like momentum-wise. Trips right, 14 our score. Howard in the gun. Snap on 1st and 10. Rolling right's Howard. Being chased by Rice. Tosses it deep. One-on-one coverage. A chance for a pick. We have a flag that should be a flag. Incomplete. Both fan bases were wanting a flag there, as it was, I think maybe it was a good call by the officials to just let it go, because at first you had number 4, Gavin Reed, grabbing, who was that in coverage?
Ethan Watkins. He grabbed Ewart and pulled Ewart in, and that's what made that's what drew the contact from Ewart. But who was it?
Gavin Reed.
Gavin Reed pulled him in, just hand fighting right there. Good no call by the official.
Because you had both players fighting for that ball. At first it looked like it could have been offensive pass interference. Then Watkins started making the contact. As we have a snap that goes behind Howard. Howard's going to be tackled down at the 11-yard line. A snap went awry, and this will make it 3rd down and forever here for the Chieftains, as it kept on bouncing down to around the 10.5. They got to get out to the 36-yard line to extend their drive. 4:44 left to go here in the third quarter.
They went for the home run, tested the Buffaloes vertically, wasn't able to land the home run ball, and then they go right back to snap the ball. And it doesn't help that these balls are really wet now, so when the center goes to snap it, he just snapped it over the quarterback's head.
Another time like that one leaned to a safety. This snap is good. Howard has all day to throw it. He looks left, throws left, and he just throws it to the McAlester bench. The Buffaloes should have good field position here, depending on what happens with the punt. Now, you also have Eric McCarty. That is like your get-out-of-jail-free card sometimes. And what he has been able to do multiple times in his 4-year career with McAlester is block punts. And you're at the Sapulpa 10-yard line. The Buffaloes would have a great chance right here to possibly get a punt block to take the lead.
Here's the perfect time to sell out and bring all 10 of your punt return guys.
There's the snap. There's the boot. They get it away. Spiraling punt. They'll be grabbed by Bradley up the middle. He gets inside the 20-yard line, and he stood up there. Buffaloes will start this drive in the red zone. Perfect chance to score. They got to capitalize. 4:04 left to go in the third quarter. This red zone alert brought to you by McAlester Home Store. McAllister's newest flooring source has arrived. If you need carpet, tile, or luxury vinyl, McAlester Home Store can help. Free measurements, quality installers. Come see us, 5th and Wyandotte. So despite what has been a rough 3 quarters, well, mainly a full 3 quarters by McAlester, they have a chance to take the lead here as they start this drive at the 19. Ball on the left side of Les now. Here's the snap. Hand off Ball. Ball trying to wait for a gap to open up. One does eventually, but not very big. He gets inside the 15-yard line. His offensive line is going to push him to the 14 for a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 upcoming with 3:49 remaining in the third. And we have a hurt Chieftain. Who's that?
Looks like it's Canoe Fields on the ground.
We're going to take an injury timeout as he's holding his right around his right leg, right ankle right now. We'll take a timeout here on KNED.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Vickers Power Sports. Drop by and check out our selection of Can-Am, Polaris, and Kawasaki side-by-sides and ATVs in stock. Vickers Power Sports also offers a 45-minute express lube and filter service. Plus, we carry a full line of parts and accessories like sound bars, roofs, windshields, and more, all in stock. Vickers Power Sports. Call us at 918-423-3306 or go to vickerspowersports.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Shakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
So quick score update as we have Del City and Coweta still tied at 7 ending the third quarter. We have Canoe Fields that was hurt on that last play. He's getting up and he's walking on his own power, but he does have a limp. I think they were looking at his right ankle area, and he's making his way over towards the near sideline. He is a safety for the Chieftains, but he's also their starting running back. That's where you've heard most of us calling his name tonight. It was from the running back spot. He's been the only running back in the backfield with number 7, Colton Howard. So we'll see how the rest of this game plays out if he can't go, but we're hoping that nothing serious there for the senior. But he's making his way over towards the near sideline. Buffaloes are tied up 14-14 with the Sapulpa Chieftains. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. McAlester has a prime opportunity to score here with 3:39 left to go in the third. They have the ball at the 15-yard line for 2nd down and 6. Fields makes his way over towards the near sideline. Buffaloes will come out in the gun. H-back left, 2 receivers to the left side. Snap. Spinning out left is Les now. Being chased. He's going to be sacked. Huge sack. Back at the 24-yard line. As he was looking towards the end zone and coming like a bullet out of a gun was number 10, Cameron Mackey, with the biggest sack of the day, biggest play defensively of the day for the Sapulpa Chieftains. As that kicks McAlester from the 15-yard line back to the 24, and now he's hurt. And we'll have another injury timeout here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Shakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something. At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
Looks like Cameron Mackey's going to be okay. I think that was his lower leg once again, just like it was with Canoe Fields. But that sack that he had brings up 3rd and 14 instead of 3rd and 5. Here's the snap. Screen pass out to the right side, caught by McCarty. McCarty's in the backfield. He has to make some magic happen. Can McCarty do it to the 25-yard line? He lowers the shoulder and runs over a man down to the 21. He gets positive yards after shaking off a couple of defenders to bring up what will be 4th down and 12. That's a bad spot, I think. I thought he got to the 21. They're putting him at the 22. So we're looking at 4th and 13. They got to get it inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. 2:40. The clock has stopped. Left to go in the third in a tie game, 14-14. We haven't had anyone score since early in the first.
Right here, the Buffaloes should take advantage of Canoe Fields being on the sideline, try to attack the deep safeties.
They're showing pressure. Les now puts a man out in motion. That's Jacobson to be a receiver. 1 second to snap it. They get it off in time. Les now looking middle. He's in trouble. Rolling to his right. Trying to find an open man. Looking downfield. Tosses for the end zone. One-on-one. There's no chance. And the Buffaloes turn the ball over on downs after starting that drive in the red zone. And if McAlester loses this game, they're going to look back at that drive. As the Sapulpa Chieftains, like McAlester did in the opening drive of the third quarter, bend but don't break. This drive will start at their own 22-yard line, and now the question is going to be, who's going to be the running back for the Chieftains? They really haven't ran the ball here in the second half. It looks like it's going to be number 21. That is Caden Widows. He'll be on the left side of Colton Howard in a tie game, 14-all. Snap, play action. Howard tossing over the middle, caught by Morrow. Morrow tackle. No, he breaks a tackle to the 40-yard line and evades one-man tackle by Chapman at the 41-yard line on a gain of 17. Take that back. That's a gain of 19.
Eli Chapman on the tackle.
Trying to get Morrow out in space. They did it. He's already had one touchdown grab tonight, and the Chieftains move the ball. McAlester had more yards in the first half than the Chieftains did, but it seems like the Chieftains' offense has been, when they've been moving much more efficiently than McAlester has. Ball at the 41-yard line, Sapulpa side of the 50. Chieftains get the ball. As Howard looks from the right, it looked like Rice was held. He's going to try to tuck it and run to the 49-yard line. No flag there, and they're going to run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 8-yard gain, second down and 2 upcoming. I thought that Rice might have gotten grabbed from behind as he was trying to go after Colton Howard.
I thought the same thing, and he could have been, but the way it also looked is with the rain coming down, the turf is actually going to be slick, so he could have also just slid on the wet turf as well.
Second and 2, snap. Fields back in the game. Left side, gets the corner, gets the first down. We have a flag, though, first.
Now, that will be a hold. They did jerk Malachi on that one.
Flag on the play.
That's really been the only way that they've been able to stop Malachi tonight. 1:46 left to go in the third, and still a 14-14 game. We have had no scoring since the first quarter. That is a hold on the offense right at the line of scrimmage. They'll bring up second down and 12 here in just a moment.
Canoe Fields went out on the field for that last play, and he's back on the sideline now, partner.
And right back into the game is number 21. Again, that's Caden Widows. Ball favoring the left hash, moving left to right, second down and 13. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, bunched up close to the line. The snap. Howard looking left, passes. It's up high and it's incomplete. And now cramping up a little bit or landing awkwardly was Terry Gaddis.
Third down, 13.
And now he is kind of limping a little bit back over towards the line. 3rd and 13 coming up here for the Chieftains with 1:21 left to go in the third.
I had noticed on some previous drives, Gaddis had been on the sideline getting stretched out and worked on by the athletic trainers. So that is something to keep an eye on here for the Chieftains.
3rd and 13. Howard. Buffaloes bring blitz. Howard rolling right. Has to try to get the corner. Throws late. Lobbing. Has a man behind the defense. It's caught by Trey Morrow. Morrow's going to get into the end zone. Chieftains take the lead. 1:10 left to go here in the third quarter. And the deep play burns McAlester again. First lead of the game for the Sapulpa Chieftains as they scored the last 20 points in a row.
Touchdown brought to you by Apex Lumber.
And now the Buffaloes, if you didn't believe it already, are on upset alert. Trent Whitaker on to attempt the PAT to try to make this a 7-point game. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 21-14, Chieftains lead the Buffaloes. 1:10 left to go in the third here on KNED.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360. McAlester Pepsi, proud sponsor of the 2022 football season.
At Compass Capital Management, you'll receive confidence in your financial security as we provide direction, clarity, and vision for your future. Go to CompassCapitalMGT.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
Whitaker Going to kick the ball off to the Buffaloes after the Chieftains take the lead, and here's an onside kick that's going to be grabbed, and going straight down is number, looks like 31. 31 for the Buffaloes, as that was Bryson Baker that grabbed it. Buffaloes will start this drive on their own side of the 50. McAllister's offense, since the second play of the game, has just not been there. Or they've been there, and then penalties have just completely brought them back. 1:08 left to go in the third. Game still well far from being over, but the Buffaloes, yeah, we went off on the video stream for a little bit, but we're trying to restart that and go right back to it. 1st and 20 now coming up. Here's the snap, and we have another false start. And Eric McCarty put the ball above his head. And we have 3 consecutive false starts on the McAlester Buffaloes to start this drive, which has pushed them from the 47-yard line all the way back to the 32. And we have 2 referees that are speaking with each other right now.
And now we have a third official joining in.
As 1st and 25 is about to come up. We still might have 13 minutes left in this game, but the Buffaloes are on the ropes right now. That is for sure. They're going to stick with the dozer package on 1st and 25. 3 consecutive false starts. Man in motion. Here's the snap.
That's a false
we
start.
have a 4th consecutive false start. 1st and 30 coming up. And we're going to be having a timeout called. We'll take one right here on KNED.
CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester is having an end-of-season sale on all 2022 Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers. We carry Gravely zero-turns from 42 up to 60-inch cuts. The 2023s are coming soon, so now's the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all 2022 Gravely zero-turn models. There's no better time to get that new Gravely commercial zero-turn. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards.
So after 4 consecutive false starts by the offense, it's 1st down and 30 for the Buffs back at their own 27-yard line. Man in motion, still dozer package. Here's the snap, another false start. That's the 5th one in a row. McAllister's flustered.
Oh, there is no other way to put it. You can see now, like, they're waiting, and then they're just, like, they're waiting to go, and they're just flustered, man. We had 2 of them back-to-back on the center. He jumped up before he snapped the football. And, partner, when is the last time that you've ever seen a drive start with 5 false starts?
Never in my life, at any level, ever. 1st and 35, snap. We don't have a false start. Pass far side, caught by Bradley. Bradley up the field, rips through a tackle. He's getting a lot of yards back here past the 40-yard line down to the 41. So he goes from the 22-yard line over to the 41. That is a gain of 19, but they're still behind the sticks. 2nd down and 15 coming up. 41 seconds left to go in the third. Buffaloes are trailing the Sapulpa Chieftains 21-14. We've only had 1 score since the first quarter, and that was the Chieftains' deep pass over to Trey Morrow. 2 receivers each side, 2nd and 15. They got 20 yards on that catch and go by Bradley. Here's the snap. Lesnow hands it off, no keeper. Lesnow's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked out of bounds. Back at the 31-yard line.
Buffalo coach is wanting to flag on the far side as he slammed him down after he was out of bounds. But they're going to stay with it that the contact was already engaged, and that's why the penalty did not come out.
And that will more than likely be the final play of the third quarter. Buffaloes are trailing the Sapulpa Chieftains 21-14. 3rd and 22 coming up when we begin the fourth. Put those 4s up in the air, Buffalo fans. You're listening to McAlester Football on KNED.
Football season, the most wonderful time of the year, except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoneer, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo
Hey guys,
Football.
it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make it happen for you.
So we begin the fourth quarter. McAlester ended off the third with 5 consecutive false starts to put them way behind the sticks at 1st and 35. They were able to get back to 2nd and 15, and then they were sacked for a loss of 7 to bring up 3rd and 22. They got to get a lot of yards here. They're down 21-14. Les now in the gun. Here's the snap. Fakes the pass left. Steps up. He's grabbed, and he's going to be sacked again. And right now, Sapulpa, they are looking for the zeros on the scoreboard. They're just trying to run this one out, but they're doing more than that. Right now, what they're doing against the Buffaloes has been total domination with a little bit of help from penalties that McAlester has forced on themselves. There have been times where McAlester has taken the lead or looked like they were going to have a drive to take the lead or score touchdowns early, and they, again, have been having penalties that shot themselves in the foot. And now they got to punt it away on 4th and 30. Les now does so. It's a good one. End over end. Morrow tells everyone to get away. It bounces down the near sideline inside the Sapulpa 35 and down at the 34. So now it's up to the defense. 21-14 is our score. 11-11 left to go in the game. Buffaloes have 2 timeouts remaining. The Chieftains have 3. Buffaloes are on big-time upset alert right now. The 3 games that Sapulpa has lost this year was 35-21 to Sand Springs, 55-13 to Coweta, and 56-7 to Del City. And in that game, they had 5 players hurt. In the gun, 2 receivers left. Looks like a tight end on each side. Howard gets the snap. Handoff up the middle, tracked up at the line, and tackled down is number 21, Caden Widows. It's going to be a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
Go with the counter play right there, trying to get behind his blockers, but the Buffalo defensive front was able to get off the blockers and only allow these Chieftains to pick up 1 yard. Now they're just going to call it in slowly and kind of just chew some clock up right here if that's what would be best for the Chieftains. 2nd
down and 9. Man in motion is Morrow. Here's the snap. Fakes the pitch, fakes the run off to the left, and he was almost sacked by his own player. Throws the ball late, caught by Morrow. Morrow is then tackled at the 30-yard line by a duo of Buffalo. Garrett Shumway and Malachi Rice that was running all over the place. And this is going to be a loss of 3 yards, but it was almost way worse. Howard was almost sacked and just kind of shovel passed it over to Morrow, who was out in the flat.
I have never seen a left guard or left tackle almost sack his own quarterback.
That almost happened.
But that is just the pure strength of Malachi Rice to bull rush up the field, push the offensive lineman into the backfield, and nearly get the sack.
Blaze Baugh running at defensive end right now. Here's the snap. Right around him is Baugh chasing down Howard. Howard gets away. He throws it late. It's low, and it is up in the air and incomplete. Blaze Baugh has been playing safety most of the year, goes to defensive end, and just completely ran right around the left tackle, Jameson Rowland, and nearly got a sack. That brings up 4th down and 12, 9:42 left to go in the game. Buffaloes trail 21-14. And as we've gone more throughout the night, the rain is letting up a little bit. But it looks like it's going to continue to rain on through 10 o'clock. So Whitaker will punt this ball away. McAllister's offense has got to figure something out.
Special teams needs to be big right here.
Snap. There's the punt. It's a high one, spiraling. Bounces inside the 45, bounces inside the 40, and will be downed inside the 35 at the 34.5.
Whitaker's punt is down at the 35-yard line. 34-yard.
So the Buffaloes have had chances to be able to take the lead in this game. They started a drive at the Sapulpa 19-yard line. They had a touchdown by Chaz Bradley that was called back because of a block in the back, blindside block. So those are two scores right there that were either just shortly after he gets past the 40-yard line at the 42. So 3rd down and 3 upcoming. They're going to bring up the dozer package again, and this is the same package. Well, no, they might just be changing out personnel. No, it will be the dozer package. This is the package that they went out of, which usually has been their bread and butter for the last 4 years, that they had 5 consecutive false starts on.
And right now, the senior captain's probably telling all of his guys, when you get to the line, hold your water. Don't move until I say go. Let's pick up the first down.
3rd and 3. And the Buffaloes let the clock run down to 0, and they have to take a timeout here with 8:09 left to go in the game. They only have 1 left. 21-14 McAlester trails here on KNED.
Welcome to Allstate, where DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact McAlester Allstate agent Lyle Whitworth for a quote today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Please feel free to join them as we do the yard.
Welcome back to George F. Collins Stadium in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes trailed 21-14. Sapulpa Chieftains have scored 21 unanswered points since the first quarter. McAlester was up in this game 14-0 at one point, and their offense has been working. They have been having too many penalties that have forced them backwards. Right now it's 3rd down and 3. In the dozer package, McAlester had to bring their second time out because they weren't going to get the ball off in time. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Left side, pop pass over the middle. It's caught, and there's the first down by the Buffaloes. Owen Russell has it in Sapulpa territory, and he lost the ball as he was going down to the turf, and we might have a turnover. We do. There was a first down on the pop pass to Owen Russell, and he fumbled the ball at the 40-yard line of Sapulpa, and that will give the Chieftains the ball with 8 minutes left to go in the game and a 7-point lead.
Noah Ferguson recovers the loose ball for the Chieftains.
And the Chieftains are 8 minutes away from that signature win that they've been looking for the first 2 seasons of Coach Tim Holt Jr.'s tenure here. And it could come against the number 3 team in the state. Ball at the 40-yard line, far hash. Chieftains had the ball after a costly turnover by the Buffaloes. Their third turnover of the night. Sapulpa's had 1, and we have Howard and the running back run into each other in the backfield. They'll be tackled for a loss of 2. I think one guy was wanting him to go right, the other one was wanting him to go left.
Carry loss 1, 2nd down 11.
It's going to be a big drive right here by the Buffalo defense. You got to get off the field. Got to put Sapulpa in some situations that they're not comfortable in, because right now the Chieftains are just playing flawless football, like you mentioned, partner, and they're not in a uncomfortable mood, and the Buffaloes have got to make them uncomfortable.
2nd down and 11. Here's the snap. Play action. Howard going to pass. He's flushed left. He'll run out to the left. Has a corner. We have a flag. Howard pointing for blocks. He's going to go out of bounds. McAlester, don't hit him, because this is going to be holding on the offense back at the 32-yard line.
Zach Rogers was getting off a block, and they reached around and grabbed Zach Rogers.
Flag on the play.
That's going to move him back to bring up 2nd down and very long.
Defensively here for McAlester, they are in a position right here where they can do a lot of things, get very chaotic with the defensive scheme. But on the back side, you have got to stay with your receivers, because we have had at least 4 times where the Chieftains have had receivers behind the Buffalo defenders. And if you're these defensive backs for the Buffaloes, don't let your eyes wander in the backfield. Let your front 7 worry about the running game. Y'all take care of the passing game and go vertical.
2nd down and 30. And we have a false start. So Sapulpa has played more of a clean game until here in the 4th quarter, and now they're looking at 2nd and 35. And what could be important here is McAlester is forcing Sapulpa to go backwards a little bit with these penalties. They're now at the 15-yard line. If they can force them to keep on going backwards and get a good field position, they can still have a chance to tie up the game with 7:12 left in it. Here's the snap on 2nd and 35. Howard flushed out to the right, and there's another flag. We're going to have another holding. Ball's up in the air, and it's up, and it is incomplete. But we're going to be having holding again around the 5-yard line.
And I want to speak
2 flags, really.
I want to speak real quick on what the Buffaloes are doing defensively on that defensive front. They have the left tackle, Zach Rogers, was at nose guard, and they had Blaze Ball and Malachi Rice on the 2 edges as their defensive ends to use their speed and also create havoc there on the Chieftains.
So once again, holding on the offense. And we'll see where that puts them at now. They're going to be they should be inside the 10-yard line.
Looks like they're walking forward.
Oh, is it on McAlester? Oh, okay. Penalty for holding declined.
Bring up 3rd down, correct?
Yes, that'll bring up 3rd down and 35.
3rd down, 35.
And we're going to have a timeout called. We'll take it right here on KNED.
Ah, football season. The most wonderful time of the year. Except for Christmas, of course. And now is a good time to head to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester, because we have new cars on the lot. Right now, Patriot is offering 1.9% financing for 72 months on the Jeep Wagoneer, and 2.9% for 72 months and $2,500 cash back on the new Ram 1500 Lone Star and Bighorn Crew Cab. Patriot is a proud sponsor of McAlester Buffalo Football. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
Chieftains have some room to the 20-yard line, to the 25, and down at the 27-yard line. Still well behind the chains to get a first down, but now they're not looking at their own goal line. Again, the Chieftains had 3rd and 35, and that pushes them over to the 28-yard line. So 4th down and 22 coming up for the Chieftains, and we have another hurt Chieftain. It's the same one that was dealing with some injury issues before. Again, we're hoping that he's all right. It's Cameron Mackey, and it looks like it's his left leg or right leg that they're going to be looking at right here. We'll take an injury timeout, and we're going to be having a punt coming up here in just a moment. 6:42 left to go in the game. Buffaloes trail 21-14. McAlester 1 timeout left.
Welcome to Allstate, where DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback. And by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact McAlester Allstate agent Lyle Whitworth for a quote today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC.
Mackey got up. He's okay. Coming over here to the near sideline. Chieftains are going to punt this ball away. Bradley back deep to return at the 50-yard line. 6:40 left to go in the game. Buffalo's down by 7. Here's the ball. Snap, spiraling punt. That'll bounce on the Sapulpa side of the 50 and take a McAlester bounce Buffaloes will start this drive at the 49-yard line, moving left to right. Down by 7, 21-14 the score. 6:31 left to go in the game. Brandon Green with Phillip Jewell here bringing you McAlester football. And what has been a rough night for McAlester football. And still they find themselves only down by 7. There hasn't been a lot since the first quarter that they have done really right. And it could be a much bigger deficit. There was 2 touchdown passes that were dropped by the Chieftains. And the Buffaloes are still only down by 7 with a chance to tie it if they can go down the field and score. Hand off Eric McCarty, right side. There's the gap, down the near sideline. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. We have a touchdown by the Buffaloes. Your get out of jail free card, Eric McCarty, makes this a 1-point game with 6:21 left to go in it. And now the near sideline goes quiet, and Trenton Greer will try to make this one to tie it up. Snap, hold is good. Kick is up. It is good. We are tied at 21-21, 6:21 left to go in the game here on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester. If you're looking for a truck and you want to save a buck, then you're in luck. It's time for a new Ford truck. If you're wanting it for fun in the sun, work or play, today is your lucky day. Like I said, today is the day, so don't delay. Get off your seat and try the truck that won't be beat. So come on down to Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester and let us make
Zillow's up front, and Kaysen Whitley runs the counter play. And what you want to do on the counter is you want to seal the edge. Kick out the guy on the outside, and the big man did just that. He came pulling, seen the defensive end, kicked out. McCarty slid right behind him. Great run, great block there.
1st and 10, and the Buffalo defense has come alive. They get a tackle for a loss of 2. Really, that's what they needed, was the momentum swing. As there was the handoff to number 32. That was Blake Hurt. That brings up 2nd down and 12. We have 6 minutes left to go in the game. By the way, Del City and Quita go into overtime right now.
10-10.
5:50 left to go in the game. Buffaloes and Chieftains tied up 21-21. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 2nd down and 12. Howard the snap, back to pass, looking middle. Now he's under pressure, and he's about to get sacked, but he evades it. He rolls out to the right, looks downfield. It is cut off, and nope, not intercepted, incomplete. Morrow come up with the ball, but it looked like it bounced into him, and it did. 3rd down and 12 coming up. It was nearly picked off as the route was cut by a Buffalo. It was over there on the far sideline, couldn't really see it. Could you make it out?
I couldn't tell if it was Ethan Watkins or Eric McCarty that undercut that. But it was a safety because I couldn't tell if it was the corner or the outside backer that drove on the force to hurry up and rush the throw. Just great play right there by the defensive line all the way to the secondary by the Buffaloes.
Big 3rd and 12. Howard the snap, rolling left, looks downfield, has to toss it deep. It's up for grabs. It's incomplete. He threw it out of bounds. And that is a 3 and out by the Buffalo defense. And Garrett Shumway says, "Let me hear ya." Chieftains will punt the ball away. Buffaloes tied up with Sapulpa 21-21 with 5:32 left to go in the game. It will be Whitaker, the man to punt it away, standing inside his own 20-yard line.
Just when you want a big play, the senior captain for the Buffaloes gets the 49-yard touchdown run to tie the game. The defense uses the momentum to get off the field force a 3 and out and get off the field.
Snap, Whitaker gets the punt away. It's a line drive punt. Buffaloes need to get out of the way. It takes a Sapulpa bounce, and it'll be downed after it moves sideways in between the 31 and 32-yard line of McAlester. So good punt once again by Whitaker. Buffaloes have 1 timeout left in this game. Chieftains have 2. It's a 21-21 game.
McAlester 32-yard line, 35-yard kick.
And, man, have we got some good games in 5A3 this week. That's for sure.
But just when you want to play complimentary football, you have the 49-yard touchdown run by your senior captain. You then go out and you force a 3-and-out. Now, with 1 timeout left, a tie game, this is when the Buffalo offense needs to keep their feet turning, keep the chains moving, and go put this one away.
On 1st down and 10, they're going to go that counter play that got them the touchdown. And being drug, actually like a piggyback ride, ball was carrying a defender past the 35-yard line for a good gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up. It's the same play, just different running back there. Whitley and Zach Rogers coming around that left side on that counter.
The left side of this offensive line is so good when it comes to those counter plays, and they're just juniors. They're going to be back next year, and they are violent when they pull.
2nd and 5, handoff, ball again, 1st down, and he got out to the 43-yard line. That's going to be enough for the 1st down for the Buffaloes. That 1st down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, or recreational land, or a rural home, call Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties at 918-284-1233.
Right there, they go with the counter play to the opposite side, pull on the right side of the offensive line. Ball picks up 8 yards, and he only needed 5.
Snap, handoff, McCarty. That counter play jumps over the line of scrimmage and a multitude of men to get past the 50-yard line down to the 49, and we have a late flag coming in. This is well after the play. McCarty was slow to get up as someone was on top of him.
Referee pointing at the ground. This is going to be a dead ball penalty.
It's going to be on Sapulpa.
Yep, it's going to be on Sapulpa. Because Les now pointed at the sideline, and he was pointing that way.
That's going to move the chains for the Buffaloes after that would have been a 7-yard, 8-yard carry by McCarty. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Chieftains. And we'll see how far this moves the ball. Down inside the 35-yard line at the 33. In Sapulpa territory, the Buffaloes have the ball. Tie game, 21-all, 4:16 left to go in it. And the clock will move. And now the clock will stop. I don't think we have a timeout, though. We just have a discussion between 2 referees.
Does the clock start on a dead ball defensive penalty? Is that the discussion?
Yeah, I think that no, they're going to continue to move the clock. I think that's what they were speaking about, though. That might have been the discussion. Dakota Moten comes out to be the running back. The Buffs have 16 seconds to snap it. 2 receivers each side. Moten the left side of Les now. Under 4 minutes left to go in the game. Snap, screen pass is going to be out to the far side that was intended for Chaz Bradley, and it's incomplete. That could have been pretty dangerous, though, because one of the defensive backs for the Chieftains read that pass really well, and Jaden Chaney might have actually saved what could have been a pick 6 there.
Oh, absolutely. Just going with the bubble screen, you had the cornerback closing real quick, and it was kind of it wasn't a rushed throw by Les now, but you kind of wished it would have been, and you're glad it was uncatchable because that one could have been a house call there for the Chieftains, like you said, Brandon.
Here's the snap on 2nd and 10. Handoff McCarty. McCarty's got a gap to the 25-yard line, to the 20. Breaks tackles, and he's in the clear. The Buffaloes take the lead. 3:41 left to go in the game, and senior Eric McCarty is ballin'. After only scoring 1 offensive touchdown in the first minute of the game, McCarty has scored 2 in the last 3 minutes. And the Buffaloes retake the lead 27-21 in an important PAT coming up from Trenton Greer. Snap is bobbled. They're going to have to roll it to the right. Les now looking downfield, toss to the end zone. Up in the air, it is intercepted or incomplete, one of the two. But that was a snap that bobbled into Les now that could be important later on in the game. 3:39 left to go in it. Buffaloes lead 27-21 on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
We're celebrating 40 years of being a Nissan dealership here at Fenton Nissan of McAlester, and we're proud to be one of the oldest in the nation.
We're honored to serve our local communities and look forward to serving you in the years to come.
Come meet our friendly staff and see why we are the best deal dealer.
Buy any vehicle this month and get entered to win 2 OU or OSU football tickets.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent you.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer.
Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
27-21, McAlester leads. They've scored 13 unanswered points. 3:39 left to go in the game. Chieftains have 2 timeouts left. McAlester has 1. And someone sent me, why'd they go for 2? They didn't go for 2. That wasn't planned. The snap bounced into Les now, and he had to try to roll out and make something of it. But that's made it a 6-point game instead of a 7. Judkins kicks this one away. Line drive, end over end, and he just sails this one out of bounds. So depending on where it went out, we'll see where the Chieftains start this drive. Phillip, we've got a drive summary.
1 second, partner. That was a 5-play, 69-yard touchdown drive that took 1 minute and 40 seconds off the clock. Capped off with that 33-yard touchdown run by the senior Eric McCarty to put the Buffaloes up 27-21. And that is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our Buffaloes.
So the Chieftains actually decide to enforce yards on the penalty. So instead of taking it where it went out of bounds, they're saying back them up 5 yards and let them kick it away from the 35, which is smart. It's a smart thing to do right here when you're down by 6 with 3:39 left to go in the game. So this time they're going to have to kick it off to the Chieftains. It's like the Chieftains are saying, let us return it.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's what they're doing, getting that penalty, backing them up to the 35 instead of taking the ball at their 35. Now McAlester, send one of your different kickers out, one of the guys that we watched during warm-ups that can boot, and like as they practice kicking PATs and field goals and stuff. They do have a kicker on the roster, and I don't know his name because they never have jerseys on, but he's got a leg on him.
Well, Caleb Judkins is great as well, and that one just a little bit off to the left side. He's got a good line drive kick. And right now the Buffaloes are lining more people on the near side than they are the far. Now they're calling for them to go to the far side. They got 3 seconds to try to kick this ball. 2 seconds. 1. They're going to have another 5 yards added on top of this. No, maybe they won't. There's the whistle. And McAlester has to call their final timeout on the kickoff with 3:39 left to go in the game. We'll have to take it right here on KNED.
I used to have a friend whose car got sideswiped by another vehicle. No mechanical damage, but it sure left him with an ugly ride. The insurance company offered to repair it, but my friend decided to take the money and run. That's a bad move. A year later, he had to sell it, and that's when he discovered that a little paint and body work would have doubled the resale value on his car. Invest your money wisely. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Shakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
McAlester Pepsi has
to Sapulpa, Oklahoma. We're going to have some news for you in that Del City Coweta game here in just a moment, but let's look at this one as we have 3:39 left to go in the game. Buffaloes lead 27-21. They have to burn their final timeout on the kickoff. As here comes the boot. It's going to be an end-over-end kick, long one by Judkins, tracked by Morrow inside the 30-yard line. Down the near sideline he goes. He's pushed out of bounds around the 45-ish yard line, and that's where the Chieftains are going to start this drive. So from Hallie Hart, she's with the Oklahoman Sports, and she wanted to go ahead, or with the Oklahoman, she reports Coweta beats Del City 18-17. Del City scored first in overtime. Coweta then scored the touchdown, got the 2-point conversion to stay undefeated. Partner?
That's twice at your own home. You go to overtime, and you get beat by one. Score first, and then get beat by 1 with the 2-point conversion.
That's unbelievable. 3:35 left to go in this game. McAlester is leading by 6. The snap, handoff up the middle to the 44-yard line, past the 45 to the 46. That'll be a gain of a yard. I thought, excuse me, I got worried. Garrett Shumway, I saw him reaching back and swinging. I was like, tell me you're not swinging at the Chieftains. He was hitting his own player on the head, says, good job, baby. Second down and 9.
I thought the same thing. My heart fell into my stomach. I said, what is going on?
3:05, 3:04 left to go and ticking here in the game.
If you're the Buffaloes, you just want to get tackles inbounds, make the clock run.
Second down and 9. Howard takes the snap back to pass. Looking middle, dumps it over the middle. It's going to be caught inside the 45-yard line, spinning down around the 40. First down by Kylan Edwards into McAlester territory at the 40-yard line. Clock stops momentarily while they move the chains. 2:47 left to go in the game. And they'll restart the clock. If the Chieftains can burn a lot of time here and score, get the PAT, McAlester won't have a lot of time to possibly try to retake the lead. But right now, they're not focused on that at all. Defense has been stellar outside of a few busted plays. Can they continue to be so? Howard takes the snap, looks right, passes right over to Howard, or excuse me, that's Morrow. Morrow right up the gut, past the 30-yard line to about the 28. Let your playmakers make plays, and that is what the Chieftains are doing here, is they get it 8 yards from the red zone. Straight up the middle after he made that catch.
Defensive line got upfield. They roll out when they realized it wasn't getting blocked. That one came on the far side as Morrow ran a gel route back in, catches it, makes a man miss, made more men miss as he slid up the field, picks up 11 yards right up the middle of the field.
2 receivers each side. Here's the snap. Howard back to pass. Fakes the pass left. Now looking to the end zone. Rolls right. Still looking downfield and tosses it out of bounds. Clock will stop with 1:55 left to go in the game, and second down and 10 will be coming up. Again, what's important here is the Chieftains don't need a field goal. They need a touchdown.
And then they need to hit the PAT because that can, as you spoke, partner, can come back to actually haunt the Buffaloes with the bobbled snap where they had to try to get the 2-point conversion on the fire play, because if the Chieftains score, all they have to do is kick 1, and they can put the game away depending on the amount of time that they score that's left on the clock when they score.
Second down and 10 upcoming. Ball favoring the left hash. Here's the snap. Howard takes the snap and hands it off over to number 10. That's Macron, and he stays on his feet. He's just running right through Buffalo defenders to the 15-yard line. He was downed. He was stopped after only like a 2-yard gain, and he kept on staying on his feet. Again, that was number 10, Cameron Mackey, and that puts him at the 15-yard line, and we are in the red zone with under 2 minutes left to go in the game. In a 6-point game.
They just went with the traditional handoff power run up the middle, and he was not going to be denied. He bounced off of one tackler. They raped him back, grabbed him again. He bounced off of another one, and Mackey was not going down. He would not be deterred. Picks up a hard first down there for the Chieftains.
First and 10. Ball slow. Howard grabs it, looks towards the end zone, tosses towards the end zone, wide open, dropped it! He dropped it! An easy breadbasket catch is dropped in the end zone. Their third drop that would have been a touchdown on the night. That one dropped by number 21, Caden Widows. He beat the defense. The defender slipped and fell on this wet turf. That would have given them a touchdown and 1 point away from the lead, as we have 1:11 left to go in the game. Again, Buffaloes can't stop the clock.
Yeah, the Buffaloes cannot stop the clock. They have no timeout, so no matter if the Chieftains do get in the end zone, it's going to be extremely hard for the Buffalo offense.
Snap, handoff, up the middle to the 5-yard line, and he's going to get inside the pylon. And the Chieftains score with 1:04 left to go in the game. a PAT away from taking the lead. Touchdown run, and what's poetic is a touchdown run by the guy who dropped that last one, Caden Widows. The backup running back after Kunu Fields went out. So Whitaker on to attempt the PAT. If he gets this, the Chieftains take the lead. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. It squeaked inside the right upright, and the Buffaloes have to make some magic with 1:04 left to go in the game. They trail 28-27 to the Sapulpa Chiefs. Live of the game coming up right here on KNED.
Vickers Furniture has remodeled their entire store, and they invite you to come in and take a look. You'll also find the best prices on furniture, bedding, and accessories. Vickers Furniture calls this, well, their remodeling sale. A new look for a new season. And don't forget, there's 18-month zero-interest financing, the fall remodeling sale. On now at Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360. McAlester Pepsi, proud sponsor of the 2022 football season.
1:04 left to go in the game. The Chieftains score a touchdown. Buffaloes have no timeouts remaining. It's a 28-27 game. That PAT was, or the snap that bobbled into less now on that PAT attempt earlier is proving to be huge. Whitaker will kick this one off over to the Buffaloes. Now, do they still go with the onside kick? Do they have the guts? No. They'll end-over-end kick this one. That'll bounce inside the 30 or 25-yard line and be taken by Clark. Clark left side, trying to make something happen in space, and the Sapulpa kickoff team does a good job of stopping him at the 34-yard line. So 58 seconds remaining in the game. No timeouts for the Buffaloes. 28-27. Rain's still coming down here. The Buffaloes did this against El Reno a couple years ago. They did it against Del City a few weeks ago. Can they do it against Sapulpa tonight to survive? They're down by one. McCarty, the running back, left side of less now. Two receivers each side. Snap, handoff. McCarty, right side, squeaks up the middle. Pass men to the 39-yard line. Buffaloes can't stop the clock with a timeout. They got to hurry up and get back on the ball. 48 seconds. Tick, tick, tick. Les now gets a snap. Gives it to McCarty again up the middle. Runs into men and then keeps on pushing his feet. Still pushing. Did he get the first down? If he does, it stops the clock. Clock should stop. It does at 37 seconds. That'll move the chains.
You got to hurry up and get back on the ball because the clock's going to stop. Clock's going to start as soon as the chains are good.
It has already started. Here's the snap. They're going to spike it.
The clock's still running.
The clock was still running, too. And the officials might put more time up on the clock here.
The ball was clocked at about 34 seconds. Yeah, he's saying 2 seconds. He's adding 2. He held 2 in the air.
Or that might mean second down at 10.
Yeah, that's true, too.
They're not going to add any more time.
There was at least 2.5 to 3 seconds that ran off the clock, and the play clock is running.
Play clock's still running. 3 seconds, 2 seconds.
They want an answer on the play clock.
The play clock's down at 0, so we're going to have a delay of game.
That's not, the play clock never stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, the play clock never stopped. That was not on the Buffaloes. That is on the clock operator because the clock never stopped.
So you're telling me that as soon as they snapped the ball, I mean, they were still running the game or the play clock down?
Yes.
So that's a loss of 5 after the delay of game. 32 seconds left to go in it. McAlester needs some magic. Down by 1. 2 receivers each side. 12 to snap it. 2nd and 15, the snap. Les now back to pass. Going deep down the near sideline. It's up. It is incomplete. Great play by number 11 of the Chieftains. That's Noah Ferguson knocking it down. Trying to go one-on-one with Carter Lance. 3rd and 15 coming up with 27 seconds left to go in the game. Buffaloes will have a couple of plays left, even if they don't get it here on third down, obviously.
You don't need all of it, but you want a lot of it, and you want to get out of bounds to stop that clock.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. They're lining the receivers up against the line of scrimmage. Here's a
Timeout,
snap,
Sapulpa.
and Sapulpa will take a timeout. We'll take it here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves most of eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations locally in McAlester, Bache, and Wilburton, elsewhere in Stigler, Porham, Shakota, Longtown, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. That's 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years. Now that's saying something.
CryoShock McAlester will help you with athletic performance and recovery. Whole body cryotherapy causes inhibition of inflammation, which results in a reduction of pain and swelling. WBC is the natural and safe way to prevent or eliminate joint pain associated with the following: rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, muscle sprain and strain, sports injuries, and repetitive motion injury. Make cryotherapy part of your wellness regimen. Fast and convenient for rapid recovery of injuries. CryoShock McAlester, 405 East Chickasaw Suite C, McAlester.
So Sapulpa calls the timeout. 27 seconds left to go in the game. Buffaloes trail 28-27. 3rd and 15 from their own 38-yard line. No timeouts for the black and gold. Trips right. Here's the snap. Screen pass near side, caught by McCarty. McCarty throws it back over to Lesnow. Lesnow has the convoy in front of him to the 50-yard line, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35-yard line, to the 25, to the 20, and he will be knocked out of bounds with 14 seconds left inside the red zone. And we have a penalty flag on the Buffaloes. As the Chieftain coaches are telling him to come back.
But there's not even a flag on the field,
There's not a flag on the field. I don't see one on the field. Are they saying that he threw it? I want to know what the call is. Is he saying that he didn't throw it behind the line of scrimmage?
They said they're both forward passes. He just dropped the flag right there at the 39.
He threw it behind where McCarty was.
They were both behind the line of scrimmage.
But I thought McCarty threw it even behind himself, back over to Lesnow. And not only that, that burns off 20 seconds.
But it should not be 4th down then unless they decline the penalty.
4th down and 20. Yeah, it shouldn't be 4th down. Well, Sapulpa's going to call a timeout, and we'll take it. 28-27 right here on KNED.
McAlester Pepsi has got what you need. From food service to vending or just plain customer service, McAlester Pepsi can hook you up with all of your beverage needs. We are not your typical soda company. McAlester Pepsi is the total beverage provider, from water to energy teas, juice, and soda, and so much more. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com or give us a call, 918-423-2360. McAlester Pepsi, proud sponsor of the 2022 football season.
So we're looking back at the play, and yes, McCarty did throw it ahead of him. So it was a forwards pass over to McCarty, then McCarty threw it forward again. It was meant to be backwards, but the throw just led him forward to the 35-yard line. That was the correct call by the officials. 14 seconds left to go in the game. The Buffaloes are down to their final play, 4th down and 20. 28-27 the score. What do you have? Here's the snap. Back to pass. Lesnow looking middle. Steps up. He will toss it deep. Looking for a man coming back. It's incomplete. Chieftains are going to win this one. For the first time since 1953, the Sapulpa Chieftains are going to beat the McAlester Buffaloes. 28-27 will be the final score. They're already showing victory up on the scoreboard. but all that's left in it is for the Chieftains to take a knee. So as we have been looking at that Del City-Coweta game, we're going to be talking about the importance of Coweta beating Del City in the postgame show. You want to make sure that you're tuned into that. That's going to be radio only. KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM locally, online at McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab or the KNED app. Howard takes the snap, takes the knee, throws the ball high up into the air, and the Chieftains take down the Buffaloes 28-27. A touchdown run by number 21, Caden Widows, was able to do it, and then the PAT sealed it home. Chieftains take down the Buffaloes 28-27. Again, post-game show, that is going to be brought to you by OK Tire and Auto. Is going to be coming up in a little bit, including the post-game thoughts with the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, Forrest Maisley, will be on the way. You're listening to McAlester Football here on KNED.